We're already. Hi, I'm just working for the board. Hi. Just, and I'm ready for tonight's show. Hello. Hi, Jackie Steele. How are you?
Good. Can we not with the how are you, though? I just am tired of the lies, really. Mainly.
I don't need this shit from you. We're not on a Tuesday.
Cheers.
Cheers. I fucking love you.
This is a wine glass full of whiskey. Go on.
I was just going to ask.
Carry on with whatever you're doing.
What happened? How do we know if people are watching? Can you tell?
Yep. Hang on. Let me see the thing.
It's all right. I mean, we would do this regardless. I mean, the show is.
We don't do this for you people.
No, we don't. The show is literally all the other phone calls and conversations that go on for hours. I mean, like
minus names.
But see, I'm not minus names because we don't want to, we don't want to think. How are you doing? It's Tuesday. It's our show. If you're watching, welcome to Triggered. Please comment. Jackie and I love the comments. Jackie does all the tech. And I know you're wondering what I do. Nothing. This. It's what I'm good at. It's the only goddamn skill I have is drinking and cussing.
I'm going to sit up. Hello.
Oh, Julie's back from New Orleans. That makes me so happy. Hi, Willie, honey. Jackie loves you too. Danity's here, who was on my show last week. I'll stop name dropping. I love it. Okay, so we're getting started. Jax, are we launching right into it? No, we want to talk for a minute. Are you okay? Or like, how was your Tuesday?
Okay, first, it's Tuesday, so I'm going to need you to bring it right. You're like on Saturday pill level, and I'm on Tuesday whiskey. Do you know what I'm saying? We need to balance out. I'm
just saying, Jackie, when the camera comes on, that's when I'm ready. I don't know if maybe you're not that professional. This I don't know, but when the footlights come up, she's alive again. I once did a musical with bronchial pneumonia. So
I wish you people could have seen 3 minutes ago.
That's backstage. They don't care about me changing outfits and pulling off my what's it called? Not a body sock, which that sounds. I'm sorry I even said it, but I changed outfits.
Oh, nice.
It was just too dark and evil. Even though I love the dark eyes though. When I do that, this is like I love it, right? But you look stunning. Not objectifying you, but you look stunning. You always look picture perfect.
I have to pay you now. I Venmo you. What are you asking? I don't know what's going on.
There's a seed. I just spit into the sink. Because I'm in the kitchen. Because welcome to my home. I'm in a new room tonight. This is my wood wall that I did. You've seen it, but I mean, most people haven't.
Are we going to do any death drop, name drops? So for those of you that are new to this show, I'm sorry that your other plans fell through, but also I like to call out every time Billy drops a name, which is approximately 40 to 45 seconds or so.
I know. I don't do it all the time. However, this is a bowl, a clay bowl made by Angelica Houston. So I mean, I'm sure you have homemade pottery that you keep your fruit in too. I mean, I keep my bananas in it, my spotted bananas, which are terrible. But
I have a pair of Costco glasses, and I tried to upgrade with an internet pair of glasses. So no, Angelica Houston doesn't make me pottery. That's not a thing.
I can ask her. Okay, you know what? Let's not push it. I asked you how your day was, and then I went right into talking about myself.
I'm sure I'm still like blown away that that's the direction this night is taking.
I mean, it's a lot.
There's a lot. Yeah, sip your beverage. Bring it down.
By the way.
Yeah, well, death to sea turtles. Good for you.
I mean, they live like 1,000 years. They'll be here long after me. I mean, I'll be long dead by the time a sea turtle catches this sucker in its windpipe. Inappropriate. It's Tuesday. It feels like it's Monday. But then again, most days feel like Monday because we're stuck at home all the fucking time.
Yeah. So, I just feel like we should be over two things. The pandemic has made me feel like I'm over two things. One, zippers. I don't know, you're a gal about town. I don't know how you feel about zippers because you stay in pretty decent shape, but I'm done with zippers. I'm done. We broke up. Yeah.
Okay. I
put on a pair of leggings with one tiny zipper in the back and I cut myself. I tore my flesh and I said, never again. First of all, they're like velveteen leggings with the zipper.
Is it those
what am I doing?
Lulu jumper ones that the
No,
kids
stop. No one's doing that. No one's doing the Lulu pants. No one's doing that over here.
I mean, I have a pair of them, of course, because the company sent them to me for their.
I'm sure they did.
Well, for their larger women, they wanted, because they know I have a demographic that goes the gamut. And I was like, I was wearing leggings long before men were wearing leggings. I'm just saying, not that I'm taking credit, but you cut yourself and now you have scurvy.
I had the scurvy. I started with scurvy, but when I started out with scurvy, we toured.
You started with scurvy. Okay.
I just think zippers are over. I don't think we just need to be done with the zipper. Done.
Yeah. Well, as you get older, you're a lot younger than me, but when you cut yourself, I feel like the paper cuts hurt more than the little nicks. Like, you feel like you're just. Whereas I bump into shit and I have a black and blue, and I'm like, well, I'll probably be dead from anemia.
I'd literally rather bury my grandmother again than get a paper cut. Do you know what I mean? Just the level. It's about the level how much pain it
Now
causes.
that was a 3-day weekend where we had a good time. Now that's a different story. There was a biker gang, just fun story. A biker gang, good bikers though, they weren't assholes, who had their wedding and the cook died at their wedding and they buried him.
Sorry, What?
Actually, from Connecticut.
Did they bury it? They buried the cook at the wedding, like it was part of the ceremony?
In one of the fields. They picked him up later, but he died. He just had a heart attack and dropped dead. And they just kind of they said they buried him. Maybe they didn't. But
Tony's pointing out that you're
Tony Moore, award-winning host of his own show.
Yeah.
Tony Moore Hour, I think it's called. The Tony Moore Bakes for the Poor. I don't know. I can't remember.
Tony, tell us what it is.
Tony, I forgot to tag your show. I told you to remind me to share it yesterday. Tony does a lot of stuff for E! Entertainment in Canada.
Oh, fantastic.
No, I don't know. These are just, I think I'm telling the truth, but I don't fucking know. Should we get right into it? Stop to say, oh God, Shasha's back in town. And Shannon has her own podcast as well. Yeah.
Is it a broadcast podcast?
No. Is it what?
Is it a broadcast podcast? Is that the name of it?
Oh, it says it right. Okay. Drinking and cussing. Shasha, drinking and cussing.
Just drinking and reading the screen. There it is.
All the good people are here tonight. I'm not angry about it.
Questions.
Of course I have a caftan. Jackie, what's a caftan?
I guarantee you have one draped in the back of your chair now. Are you kidding?
Tio, it's funny because Shannon's here and I call them muumuus. And Shannon, I said, I want your mom's muumuus. And Shannon said, stop calling them muumuus. They're caftans. Stop by to say, oh, thank you so much. Shannon, remind me and I'll share yours too. You know I'm in my own world.
That means hi. But hi, Shannon.
Shannon, this is Jackie. Jackie, Shannon's wonderful. She has a podcast. I did it before. It was wonderful. And it's popular too.
I love that name. A broadcast podcast is brilliant.
Right.
I love it. Yeah, it's a great name.
She don't stop. This woman does not stop. And she takes care of both of her parents and works full time. And the minute she has a day off, she gets on a plane and says, I got to get out of here.
Yes.
Which, who can blame her? Shannon, I thought you were away. I thought you were. Oh, thanks, Kale. This is my wood wall. I did that myself.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go. I did this whole wall myself. It's a whole vintage. What's it called when you use wood and then you repurposed wood?
Yeah, is it upcycling? Did you upcycle the wood? Did you when you
What you call me? Oh yes, I did. I also bought a water pick for my teeth. Just anyway. We got to keep this moving.
Was that a sponsor ask? We're asking for a water pick. We're looking for, if anyone knows anyone.
Camden. Oh, we know Knights is here. I think it's Jesse, right? Jess? Old Wood. Jesse, Old Wood's my hashtag. Put that on my hashtag. Okay, listen. Jackie, we got to keep this moving because last week we went an hour and a half. And
yeah, no one had anything to do, and they probably don't tonight. But okay, yeah.
I just thought, don't people want it like tight?
I'm like, Tony, this isn't on E. You know what I'm saying? But let's.
Okay. Well, he does
have
celebrity guests. He talks to a lot of those housewives people. I don't know who they are, like, so I have a hard time like keeping up with that stuff.
Well, that's because you're the biggest housewife of them all. So you know, it's okay.
I really have to get my Steve McQueen ring polished. It's a skull. I don't like a lot of skulls, but my friend Conrad got this for me. It's Alexander McQueen, not Steve McQueen. Sorry,
that's
Steve
him.
McQueen. Steve McQueen was my tango partner back in the 40s. I forget. It's all a mix. Pace Ann is here. Another celebrity podcast show person.
Yes. Hello.
Wait. No, that's a different Pace. Sorry, there's two different Paces. I get confused. This is Pace Ann. There's two. Sorry. I don't know. Maybe this Pace Ann has a podcast too. I don't fucking know. Hi, Inland Empire. I don't know where that is. I don't go south of Wilshire. But thank you.
I asked Billy, this is true. The other day I was having a picnic in the park at Griffith because I'm really starting to climb the walls. And so I said to Billy, we're picnicking. Do you want to meet us? I've got wine and cheese and things and whatever. And he goes, where? And I was like, oh, in Griffith Park. He was like, east of Highland. And then just didn't respond for like a day and a half. So that's.
First of all, here's a quick question. Have you ever had a brick of cheese, whole cheese in your car that you started eating?
Is that a question for me?
Yeah, it's a question for you. I don't eat cheese in public.
Of course not. I once was at a softball game and I brought out a full rotisserie chicken. Do you hear me? And I sat
on the bone?
Huh?
On the bone?
Yes. So what? They're all on a bone at some point. Oh, please.
I can't. It has to be a skinless, boneless chicken breast.
Well,
like
skinless and
boneless. Package like this.
No.
Because you know, I was at Trader Joe's because Sprouts had a bomb scare, and I won't go there when that happens. I won't go.
Not a bomb scare.
Are we gonna get back on topic?
I guess, yeah. Wasn't who married to Ally McGraw? Oh, you're talking about Alexander McQueen? Who's married to Ally McGraw?
No, Ally McGraw was in the Breakfast Club. Fun story.
It's Ally Sheedy. Oh my God.
Oh.
We're gonna rename the show Jackie Gives Billy Pop Culture Quote References.
She used to make the best granola, and she'd add diced apricots to it.
Who are you talking about? Ally Sheedy made you apricot?
Oh, apricot granola. Back in the day. Oh, honey, she'd pass it out in mason jars up in the hills. I couldn't go for a walk in the afternoon without her. No, don't go. I need to come back, Jackie. Oh, it's a nightmare. That's why I moved out of the hills. I couldn't deal with it anymore. The neighbors.
I couldn't deal with the free granola. I just had to go.
Because the free granola is lovely. It's the talking about the free granola. It's not a kidney. It's granola. But
everyone else in Los Angeles, it's the crime, Billy. It's the free granola, and then the over talking. It's just.
See, I don't think you and I have covered any of my Helen Hunt because I moved. But Helen Hunt and I were neighbors for the longest time, and she stole my Tupperware, which is a whole other story. Because I make my famous 7-layer dip with only 3 layers, but I call it 7-layer dip. And she's like, I don't have your Tupperware. I'm like, Helen, I brought over a big thing, and I make. Nope, she still has it. And that Academy Award moves around her house so she can say, oh, is that new? Anyway, don't get me started. This was all vodka, so I apologize. Okay, listen.
This is why I show up. I know the rest of it's fodder that comes and goes.
We have a show. Hello. Welcome. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Triggered. That's how we do this.
We're already drinking and pissed.
Stop it. I'm not drunk yet. I haven't had any weed. So kids, if it's your first time watching Triggered, Jackie and I are going to start with our first segment, which is called Don't Poke the Bear, where we talk about the 3 things that have set us off this week. And yes, I love that promo, and you cut me off. How?
I did.
You can never trust the tech people. Do not piss off the tech people. When I'm on set, the only people's names I learn are the tech people and the light people because they're the ones who can make or break you. Fuck saying hello to Keanu Reeves. I get it. You're doing Pilates in your trailer. No, I don't want to join you. Okay, let's get started. I got my clipboard. Jackie, you have 3 topics that you picked out. Yeah. Let's get through them. What is your, out of the 3, what's the number 3? Let's set your don't. Yeah.
Okay, the number 3. So my number 3 of what pokes the bear for me is people who call without texting.
People who call. Oh, so you don't just take calls?
I don't take calls. You better be dead and on fire. Like there's no reason for you to be calling me in that order. Why? Most phone calls could be a text. It is rare. And the people that I want to have a phone call with, we got to schedule that in. We're all busy.
I know it's hard. That is true. So you don't just call, but I call you without. Well, actually, that's not true because we're texting.
We text all day, every day, and by that I mean as early. Billy wakes up at the crack of 3 p.m. and I start getting texts.
I feel attacked about that comment, but I don't want to get up out of bed too early. Why get up? What am I doing? I don't have paper route.
You're just going to get up and text or call me, so it doesn't matter. Take your time, I tell you.
I texted you today when I got the alert on my phone that said, don't forget to tell Jackie. I did that last night. And I said, hey, Surrey. Oh, not now, Surrey. But I did it to Surrey on the phone.
What are you in England? What are you, one of the royals? It's Siri.
Don't start that. But listen, forgive me for going away for school as a exchange student.
That's what they're calling you?
I don't know. So okay, so no text without calling for you. That starts to like really get you going.
Don't call me unless we have a call scheduled.
Okay.
Shoot me a text.
Okay.
Especially if it's a hey, what's up? Now, if you need me, I am the person, and I will say this to anyone.
Yeah.
I am the person you're like, I need to talk, I need to vent, I need to cry, I need a primal scream. I don't care what it is. If you're having a moment, you can always call me, and I will absolutely always step out of what I'm doing and take your call. That is a absolute fact, and you're all welcome. Okay.
Yeah.
August 1,
But that's a lot for you. See, I want you to stop doing that. I want you to shut your phone off. Not many people can get hold of me. I just canceled caller ID on my phone.
Okay.
No. Call waiting on my phone. No.
Why do you have call waiting? What kind of phone? Do you have a landline?
Oh, no, I don't have a landline. I used to have a landline, but then I keep getting calls from who? Sally Mae. I'm not giving her a fucking nickel. They didn't.
That old raggedy.
Shit. That old raggedy hooker showing up. Where's my money? Fuck you, Sally Mae. I'm giving you dick. I said no. My friend, a friend of mine, Yvette, she paid off all of her student loans, her Sally Mae loans, and she's not a comedian or anything. She's a script supervisor, but she's a riot.
Yeah, that would explain why she paid off all of her loans. But okay.
For real, write that down. But she said the last payment, she said, yeah, Sally Mae came over today, and I threw a wad of cash at her and said, clean yourself up and get out. I just pissed myself. I was like, that's fucking brilliant to see Sally Mae as like, just really just like this desperate, give me my money. Where's my money? It's like, take your money and get out, Sally Mae. That's very funny. Okay. I'm not sure how I think I'm already drunk.
Wait, no, before you go, this is a very serious question for the other people, which are humans that are watching. Cell phones just have call waiting, right? Like, how do you not have a call?
Mine doesn't.
Has anyone else? I've never heard of being able to not have a call waiting on a cell phone. I didn't know there was an option to do.
I called them and said, take it off. I don't want it.
Wow.
I had to call them because I had my call-in show on Sunday. My nose is really scratchy.
Okay, don't bother with that. No one's going to believe it. It doesn't matter what you say now. It doesn't matter what
I've never done cocaine. I've never done it. Could you imagine me on cocaine?
No. You know what? I also have never done, and I tell you that, I'm like, I don't even drink Red Bulls. I would go through the roof. I can't even drink an energy drink. Forget it.
my energy level's already toxic, and I'm good. But my nose is dry, or I have to sneeze. I can't tell. Anyway.
I'm so glad you all tuned in. This is exactly the kind of content we're looking for.
Look at me slumped over in this chair, my mother of the bride dress. Let me sit back. Get my posture. Because we're supposed to be talking about, we get off topic.
Okay, go. What is your number 3?
Don't patronize me now. Don't feign interest now. You don't care, and it's obvious. All right.
I'm intrigued to the VIP treatment you get from your cell phone company. How is that not interesting to anyone else? Like, who does that?
I love that you think that's only my cell phone company that does that. Years ago, back in the early 80s, I called SWAT.
You're going to break out another homemade ashtray. Go ahead.
Ashtray? Don't let Angelica Houston hear that. She'll add more turquoise.
She's not watching. We're in no danger of that.
You don't know where Angie is. And she tells me that all the time. I didn't know you were in town. She just said, you don't know where Angie is. She texted me that once. Long story short, we had dinner at the chateau. But that's later's problem. Listen, my number 3 this week is blaming COVID for everything. I have had it. Okay? COVID is, yes, I can't, every fucking problem in the universe, every fucking person I call, everything that fucks up, that they fuck up on their job. Oh, well, it's COVID. Oh my God. So let me get this straight. Before COVID, you were amazing? Because I don't think so.
I don't know that.
No. So I have really had it. And there's no specific thing other than today I called for my prep. But hi, where's my prescription? Oh, well, with COVID going up. No. I came in. I'm on top of it. 3 months. Take the blood. Do whatever you want. Send the prescription. Oh, we did. Because I try to stay on top of the few health issues that they want me to stay on top of. And I'm like, I don't want to even get started about prep shaming, which is the whole thing. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. Within the gay male community, there is prep shaming. That's later's problem.
I mean, within the gay male community, there's shoulder pad shaming. I'm not shocked.
No, I know you're not. So there's that. That's my number 3.
I'm going to add to your 3. I'm doing 3B for you. I know I can't help myself. I'm going to add Mercury in retrograde to that.
No, you're not. Listen to me.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
I had it with Mercury. No. First of all, Mercury is just an asshole. Let's just look at the planets. No, listen to me. People are like, well, Mercury's at retrograde. Listen to me. Mercury on a good day is a dickhead. If you had a party at your house and you invited 4 friends over, 3 of your friends would bring stuff over to the house. Do you know who wouldn't bring anything? Mercury, because that's an asshole. No, I do not subscribe. Well, we're coming out of Mercury. Go fuck yourself. Sidebar. Yeah. It's the time change this weekend too.
Oh, good. Sorry. I need another layer to add on. I wasn't.
We're springing forward.
No one's springing anywhere. Relax. Everybody relax. You're the only one springing anywhere. Just you. It's just you.
I'm sitting right now.
Exactly. Okay. Let's take it down.
I cannot believe you subscribe to that Mercury.
No, I don't subscribe to it. What I'm telling you, I think it exists in some facet or whatever. Yeah, of course I do. But here's the thing. I've known some of these folks for a mighty long time. Oh, I lost my job again. That's not, your life's in retrograde, bitch. Like, upgrade your whole life. It's not, you can't be blaming the stars. Stop. That's your shit's out of whack.
Yeah. Literally.
Wants to check. It's Mercury. I'm like, it's your bank account. It ain't Mercury. It's your bank account.
You and I are going to make a t-shirt company. And
here we go. Good.
No, don't start with me. But you know how to do all this stuff online? Because you talked me through that thing last night that we were using. Who was my new sponsor, by the way, for the show. What's their name? We used them last night to make the flyer.
Oh, Canva.
Canva is our new sponsor, official sponsor. We're going to make t-shirts, and one of them is going to say, "Stop blaming." What's that planet?
Retrograde.
No, not that's a word.
Mercury.
Stop blaming Mercury. You suck.
That's all of you. That includes Jeremy Piven. Next.
Who's that?
All right, number 2.
What's your number 2? Go.
My number 2 is ending up in someone's life. when I log on, sometimes you go on Instagram or Facebook and it's like the notification comes up and I'm like, wait, what is it? And then I'm in it. Now I'm watching someone's live. It probably happened to one of you watching the show. I'm like, I didn't sign up for this. I'm not watching this trash fire.
Right. No, dumpster fire is yours. Dumpster fire, which I fucking love. One of the most brilliant things you ever said. Oh my God. Hold on. Pause. Because you said something last week that I said, write it down or I'm stealing it. Do you know what it is?
No.
Jackie said last week, wait a minute. We have to be in purgatory because we have to be living in purgatory because this isn't sexy enough to be hell. And I said, write it down or I'm stealing it. Because that's fucking brilliant. Okay.
I did write it down. Oh, Kale, we've already sold one t-shirt. Great.
See that, Kale, right there. And all the things that Jackie and I do, we talked about this in one of our rambling conversations. We have different charities or organizations we give proceeds to. It's not about us making the money. We don't care. I mean, I'm going to die in a ditch. It doesn't matter if I'm a billionaire or I have nothing. I'm going to die in a ditch. That is just the facts. However, we can help other people on my way into hell, into my descent into hell. So there's that. Okay.
Fine. Okay. What's your number 2? Don't poke the bear.
My number 2 is Nextdoor posts. Do you know what Nextdoor is?
No, I have the Citizens app. I think it's a similar.
It's not similar. Don't similar me for starters. Okay. Don't cinnamon me. Nextdoor you can post stuff. Nextdoor app is so weird. And people post the most. I post legitimate things when I have a question about the neighborhood because it's directly in the neighborhood you live in.
Okay.
This goes into my number 1 thing that literally I spent 2 hours on the fucking phone today dealing with. Not my job, but I put it on Nextdoor saying, does anyone know why? But on Nextdoor, the most posts I ever see are, does anyone know why there's helicopters above the Grove? Does anyone know why there's helicopters above Sunset? We live in LA. There's always helicopters.
Right.
The minute anything fucking happens, if I lost this earring right now, there would be helicopters trying to find it.
Right.
It's very simple. So that sets me, oh my God, that Nextdoor, and I don't know how to shut the notifications off because I have shut off. I don't know how to do it. So there's that. That set me off today. We're going to get into number 1.
Okay, let's get into number 1. So, by the way, look at my Don't Poke the Bear's weird YouTube recommendations.
I believe it. I believe that. Tio, I believe that.
So good. Okay, number 1 is people who try to be contrary just to be like contrarians. People that just want to be, fancy themselves, the posturers. They're so edgy.
Wait till Thursday.
You're not.
Wait, because it's those bitches who they just want to. Now, my friend Blythe, I talk about, he always says, let me play devil's advocate. And it's a joke. Because he says I get paid. He gets a $5,000 stipend a year from the devil to play devil's advocate. So he's like, I hate you, but it's a whole bit. But yes, the people who do that just for the sake of being like, oh, I'm just like they're not. They're just trying.
You're not original. You're not fresh. I've already seen 20 other people post this bullshit you're trying to post. I don't want to hear your nonsense. Oh, what has anybody thought about it? And you're like we talk about anything, kids in cages, and like, is anyone talking about the aluminum crisis? And you're like, what is wrong? What are you doing? Like banana. We were when the Gaga thing was going down with the dogs and everybody. Yeah, the dog walker is so terrible. Almost recovering, and then they kidnapped 2 of the dogs, and then people were like, "Oh, well, what about the dogs? Does nobody care? I mean, what about the dog walker? Doesn't she care?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's in a hospital. He's safe. That's being dealt with. The dogs are missing. Don't paint this as no one cares about the damn human. Knock it off with your constant crap."
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
You're so edgy. You're as edgy as a Pearl Jam cover band. Get out of my face. Knock it off. You're not.
You're as edgy as a Pearl Jam cover band. God, that makes me want some heroin. But that's a different story for a different time. Sorry. I mean, I hear Pearl Jam. I think it's dirty. We're in Seattle. I'm eating fucking tater tots. It's a whole thing. It's
now
just
it
not
sounds good. Now you made it sound good. I was going for something else.
I love tater tots
Same.
so much. Don't get me started.
Okay, you're number one.
No, but that sets me off too. I'm with you on that. It's very, it's difficult in situations when you can't even call the person out. It's like, shut the fuck up. You're just saying this shit so that you can get into the conversation.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. You know what that is? That's the equivalent. Sorry, because you let me have all that vodka. That's the equivalent of they, there. Yeah. That's what that is. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you're writing something on Facebook and you're just kind of like, da, 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 and it changes it, and then someone says THEY apostrophe RE. It's like, go fuck yourself.
You know,
no one cares about like. Oh, okay. I need my fan. I don't even know where it is, to be honest, because I'm getting wound up over here. Guess who has to pee? We're a half hour into the show, so there's that. But we're gonna have to wait. We need a slideshow or something or a commercial that we can put on that lets me pee during the show. Okay.
I mean, I'm sure I could talk for the 40 seconds, but no, here we go. Unboxing. Here.
Unboxing, dude. Is AZ stand for Arizona, doesn't it?
I would assume. I don't know. I'm not.
Okay.
Here comes Willie. Willie remembers from last time.
Willie, don't you dare. Willie, don't you dare. I will get. Don't you dare, bitch. You know I'm going to be there sooner or later, and I'll have my hands around your neck. Grandma. Paulo Ramirez, DJ Paulo Ramirez.
Yes.
Oh, hi, baby cakes. I love. He's been home a lot too. Another one who's like stuck at home, who's used to be. Oh, okay.
I love Paulo as well, and Paulo says,
"P Live, different show.
Subscribe to the OnlyFans. Subscribe to the OnlyFans. There you go."
I said to some friends of mine who were having drinks in October.
Hey, hello. It's his live stream.
Oh, no. I'm not going to allow that. That is beneath the caliber of what we do. I won't allow it at all. Live stream. I can't help it. You know, I pee so much when I drink because it just. You know what it is. I have 3 kidneys. I have 2 regular kidneys and a smaller one attached to another one, and that's why I can drink whatever I want and never get drunk.
Those are all lies. Everything you just said was a lie.
Let me go to my number 1. Do you see what it says on my clipboard?
So true.
Your baby's ugly. So when I'm on stage and I use this, I hold this so people can read it and say, "Oh man, tough room." Okay. My number 1 thing is what also live stream. I'm gonna follow. On Saturday outside my house, they put up temporary no parking, tow zone signs all over for a city block. No date, no info, nothing. My neighbor's banging on my gate. And I'm like, "Hey, you got to move your truck." I'm like, "What are you talking about? It's Saturday. You got to move your truck. They're going to be towing." I moved my truck. I now wait. Sunday, there's no one parked out there. Nothing. I said, what's going on? Monday comes. I put on next door. Does anyone know why for a city fucking block you can't fucking park?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, you should call. That's on my other notes. I should have had them with me. You should call these people. They'll tell you. I call them like, "Hi, like I'm just calling to find out." "Well, let me look." "Oh, a production company is." I said, "Well, I assumed that, but none of my neighbors, any of us." "Oh, well, it says here in the notes that." No, they didn't have any information. The city had no information. Okay. Other than call Film LA. So I called Film LA. I talked to Laura, who was a delight, and I had to reel it in. So I said, "Laura, I'm trying to keep myself calm, but it's Tuesday. There's no parking. My truck is parked 3 blocks away. I have shit to do." And she goes on to tell me, "Oh, well, it says on the form that there's no residency there." I'm like, "Okay, well, no residency. Right. Yeah. You know what this is? Orange groves out here. There's nothing out here. A block south of Santa Monica. There's nothing over here. I then find out that it's a production company. I call them and I talk to Neil, who tells me this is David's baby, who's been working on this. I said, well, does David have a Sharpie? Because why couldn't he put the dates on it? Because I found out from the 8th until the 18th, no parking. Oh!
No.
So literally no one can park on this block for fucking 10 fucking days, and you don't think to add it to anything. This is what remember when I said to you today, I wanted to ask our watchers or whatever, because my question to you is, do I go out there tonight and fuck with the signs and either A, take them fucking down, go fuck yourself production? It's like, hold on, pause. I called Neil and I said, Neil, I'm trying to stay calm with you. Here's Dave's number. You can call him. I said, I could call Dave, but I've spent now over an hour finding out why I can't park outside my house, because production in the city, nobody fucking knows. But I know. I don't want to know. So are they going to send someone out there to write on the sign? Here's the dates, 8 to the 18th. So I know what's going on.
Wait, there's no dates on the sign. It just says no parking or temporary.
No parking. There's nothing. A sign, temporary parking, nothing. And there's like 10 signs up all over.
There should be something that says the timeline.
I've been in LA 19 years.
Yeah.
Production goes around. They pass out things so you know what's going on. Okay.
Yep. Signage.
And I said that to Neil. I'm like, listen, I love living here. I love they film places. I love seeing the honey wagons. I don't give a fuck. But tell me what the fuck is going on. So I go out there right before I put on makeup to see, oh, has someone added on the, not a goddamn thing out there on the signs. So I was like, right on the signs. Willie, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to write, here's the fucking reason you can't park here. Text this guy. But like Neil was like, we're working 16-hour days. And I'm like, wait, I'd say either give you a cameo and pay you That's what I wanted to do. But now we have evidence of me asking how much trouble I should.
Yeah, this is on the interwebs. So now but I usually like I do those moves in silence and then I celebrate, quietly inside. But they should be telling you that. Not only that, there should be some type of dates posted. There should be a timeline posted. And not only that, I feel like if it's 10 days, you have a responsibility to tell the people on that city block in the before times. Yes. You have a responsibility to tell people. Okay. Yeah. We are in a pandemic. Everybody's home. I don't even think we should still be ticketing anyone because a lot of us are still working at home and trapped at home.
Well, that's what I said. Like, wait, I lost you. Did I lose you? No, you're there.
Why? What?
You got me riled up. You got me fired up.
Good.
Because I thought that, like I said to Neil, like, listen, I'm not trying to make it like more difficult, but like there's protocol. The city's like, oh, maybe they haven't gotten around to it yet. I'm like, I'm sorry. So let me get this straight. When there's street sweeping, if I don't move my truck in time, can I just say I didn't get around to it yet and I don't get a fucking $70 fucking ticket?
Exactly.
But a production company could do whatever the fuck they want. Go fuck yourself. Because guess what, assholes? I can take down every one of these signs and then your production is fucked come next week.
Right. And by the way, who's your location scout? Who's your production coordinator that didn't do the work and doesn't even know it's a residence?
I'm getting my notes. I'm getting my notes. Wait a minute. I have oh, damn it. I'm drunk now and I don't know where the notes are. Jackie, I have a whole envelope with the notes on it from today because I was literally like, wrote down everyone's name. I said to Laura at LA Film or Film LA, which is a company you go through. They deal with. I
know all about Film LA. I know all about getting permits for shooting. Right. I've done all of these things.
That's what I said.
Even my neighbor who does bullshit, crap, crapola on a stick. Still, you get a heads up, okay? And that's like. These guys, they all live next door, and they were literally like.
Won't tell anybody.
They were like, bro. They're like three like broy kind of white dudes, and they straight as the day is long, and straight uncooked spaghetti, that old thing. Anyway, so they like they were one day I was outside listening, to their conversation like I do, and they were talking and they were like, "Oh, bro, we're gonna bring this whole team to Netflix because this is what everybody needs now. We're solid." I was like, "Yes, what the world needs are 3 straight white dudes coming in, tell them how to do everything."
It's so weird. That is no. I was looking on RCI. It's a whole thing. My parents have money in. It's a whole thing, and you can rent a house and wherever you want. But wait a minute. If they have the time to put the sign up, they have no time.
They have time to put the dance on.
Thank you. Well, Willie knows they film in New Orleans too. It's like parking is a complete pain in the ass. I mean, I saw it. I love it. I'm gonna have an angry mob out there burning down the tennis courts near my house. It just makes me. It's just one of those things. It's like, do your fucking job. Like, I mean, my mother used to say to me as a kid, whether you're separating pigeon shit from pepper, you do a good job. That's all. Jackie, can I go pee and you? Are we going right into the next segment?
No. Well, what am I going to tell you? No. What is this, middle school? And I'm an angry teacher. Like, what are we doing? Here's the thing for everybody else that's still here. What I don't understand is sometimes, like, Billy's mad at the thing that's like seems like it's the thing, but I'm going, how is he not actually mad at this? Like, I love the city, blah, 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 whatever. But why is he calling all the film companies? Why is he making rounds of calls and keeping a clipboard and tracking it and talking to LA Film and this person and that person? Why is he doing all this legwork? Is he on the production? Does he work for the city? I don't think a private citizen should be having to make these calls and do all of this just to get an answer about why someone's on their block and how long they're going to be on their block.
Listen, you don't want that story. That story's too long for today. But there's a reason why I don't. You know when I say I don't pay attention? It's because I could hear you while I was peeing. That's why, obviously.
I'm getting that.
I don't live in a big house. Not anymore. There's a reason why, and it involves an albino rhino, Broussard, Texas, and the Associated Press. And I can't tell it right now. Yeah. Because I wanted to know. I'm making another cocktail. I wanted to
leave me with a whiskey buzz, thinking about an albino rhino and the Associated Press. So well done, you.
This goes back before the internet. This goes back to phones, television, newspaper.
Oh, thank you, Willie. Right? That's crazy.
Thank you, Willie. He's a good egg. These kids are good. See, that's why I'm like, so what do I do? Because tomorrow I feel like calling, hi, so-and-so. Like, I need $500 check because you've inconvenienced me. I called yesterday, and I thought of all that because I know if you complain to production, they'll buy you off. But I don't want to be that dick. I don't want to be that fucking asshole. But I'm also like,
yeah, so you have to pay to park your truck. Where's your vehicle? Are you paying for it? Do you have somewhere to store it? Like, what's the jam?
It's down the street, which I don't like. I like to watch her. And then Neil said, well, you can call. I'm going to find it. Because production, LA Film, Laura said, you can share his number. You can have all of your neighbors calling him if you want. She said that's what it's about. His number is supposed to be posted. The date's supposed to be posted so that you know what's going on. And I'm like, yeah, none of that is happening. And the city has no idea.
That's the part that I find the most problematic from all of this, because you're having to call, and none of that is there. There it is. Put the kettle on. Honestly, you're having to do all this legwork, and it's like you should be able to call and just get an answer for your neighborhood. Because guess what? Those permits are getting approved. The
permits are getting approved, and those aren't cheap either. So I'm like, yeah. So fuck everyone who's home. So if my truck's out there, but then they said, oh, well, we won't tow it. The city won't tow it. Only production will tow it. I'm like, I don't care who gets to. I want the information. Okay, wait a minute. I take pics before and after. Okay, Willie, you are on it, bitch. I love you so. Okay, wait a minute. Put that jacket. I have to read it. Wait, I missed all that. What is it? Before pics without the date. Then yes. You're right. Oh, that's some good vodka. Okay. Where's my fan?
Here's what you need to know. Billy wants this to be a podcast, but refuses to read the comments out loud. So that if anyone were daft enough to tune into this for audio,
wow,
they would get, Willie, you're right, which is also.
No, I'm not reading it. But Willie, you're damn right. But I was like, I'm going to go there tonight. I'm going to put on my black sequin cat suit and my big cloak with the hat, with the hood on it, and then go out there and then be like, what? And then tomorrow, all these people will park there. And it's like, what? There's no rules. You don't,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Is that your like doing dirty outfit? You're like, nobody's good. Your inconspicuous look. It's a sequined cat suit with a giant witch hat.
I like to blend in the neighborhood. This is Hollywood. No, but that's nothing. That is nothing. Do you know how many times I saw Charlie Sheen wearing a Richard Nixon plastic mask, wearing a G-string? Ugh, never mind. Different story. Different
name
time.
drop. There it is.
Sorry.
There it is.
Okay, let's get into our. Okay. How the frack does this? Yeah, literally.
I mean, give me the jeans. Derek said,
"Oh, girl, Derek. Hey, baby, DJ Derek Montero. How you doing?"
Hi, Derek.
Whatchamacallit? This is in West Hollywood. Sidebar. It's LA. Just so we're clear.
You're in the city of Los Angeles.
Because Mummy said, "Call Lindsay." Yeah. Call the mayor and start complaining about parking.
If it were at West Hollywood, you'd already have you wouldn't have to make 55 phone calls. You'd have the damned information.
I would have. That is also true because they're on top of that shit.
Okay, are you ready for our next segment? Because we have.
Wait a minute. I didn't want to say one thing. Mummy said, tell Jackie I'm sorry I'm going to bed early and I'm going to miss the show. My mother wants me to tell Jackie she's sorry she's missing the show. My own show that I do, my mother's never seen. I say it every time. She has no interest in it. But where's Jackie? Tell Jackie I'm sorry I'm going to bed early. Just so you know, you're on her list. I'm not. She's like,
we have bonded. When Billy and I forged this unholy alliance, we thought it can't get any worse. Little did he know I was going to creep into the family.
I love it. Mom's all about you. Mom's all about you. I think you guys.
What did you try to do today? Tell the people, since you want to be, you're being real precious about it right now. What did you try to do today? Did you try to sabotage me to Mom? Did you try?
Because today I put up the flyer for tonight's show and I had the wrong date. And I said, Mom, Jackie gave me that date. Well, tell Jackie to stop drinking when she's giving you dates. That's what she said. Knowing full well it was my own fault. It's that Japanese calendar I bought. Saving that $2 has been a real, and it's only March. I'm in for it. All right.
You're going to have a rethink on that whole thing. I don't know what's kinky, but I'm into whatever.
First of all, this picture is amazing. It's all gold. You're spray painted gold. Unless it's a real,
like a statue of it looks like a statue. Outside of what is it, Harrah's in Vegas? You have all the bronze statues of the butts. It reminds me of that kind of thing, but it's a really good body, like a swimmer's body or something. That statue. Arizona Unboxing, dude. If you can hear me now, you're not dead. You're tuned in. You can hear me. Tell us what it is. What's the statue and where's it from? Why?
I think right now. Jackie, isn't it just you, me, Willie, AZ Boxing Dude, Pace, and Paulo Ramirez?
It's just us kittens here tonight. Real smooth, kids.
The more I promote something, the less people watch.
Why bother?
Why bother?
Look at Kale says me.
Oh, Kale, I'm sorry, Kale. Please, sorry. Kale, please. Oh, Tosh is here. Okay.
I love how Tosh just gives you eye. Okay, I'm here too. Hi, Tosh.
That's because she's stoned, lighting candles and dancing around her house in heels. I know she is. And a martini, forget it. I'll be over in a minute. I'll be over when we're done. Okay, but now this next part of the show.
Yeah.
We talked about this much, and we're gonna you do your thing. I'll be quiet. You do it.
I have a thing. Okay, we're gonna. Oh, I see. Okay, got it. Yep. Here we go. Keep snapping.
You're doing great. I mean,
everything's great. Everything's.
Where's the theme song?
Oh, this damn theme song. I was literally texting across my home, demanding more cocktails. I'm not even kidding you. That's what I was doing when I was ignoring.
Oh my God, Jackie, that makes me so happy. I do that too. I love you. That's beautiful. I'm like,
go on, but also I'm going to focus on getting a beverage. Okay, here we go. This is where Billy and I,
Yep.
just a couple of simple gals.
Yep. Young ladies on the road trying to make our way to the world. A little Thelma and Louise, but we're on huffy bikes and not a convertible. It's a whole because we're poor, we have nothing.
Did I ever tell the time my bicycle was stolen and then I saw someone on a bicycle and I rolled up on them like super hardcore because I thought it was my bike.
Oh no. That's beautiful. Did you really? Like, hey, and they're like, what? Yeah. That's hysterical.
I was like, babe, stay in the car, hold my ID, and I go flying up because I thought it was my bicycle.
And they're like, yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I have a picture. Let me just compare the dates times. Like, I didn't say it to the person because I didn't want to be that asshole, right? Like, you know. But I was like, if I see that it's my bike, I'm gonna physically take the bike. You also know that I was I was robbed 2 times. Sorry. Not physically, like I had things robbed, and I found them and I robbed them back. Do you know this? Do you know that? We can.
No, I didn't know you ever lived in Scottsdale.
You're doing that just to piss off the AZ.
It's in my head, so I was like,
boom! Oh, the Queen is still here. Danity's still here. God bless.
Thank you, Danity, my love. You sweet thing.
Talk about what the crap we're supposed to be talking about, which is who hated it more.
Oh, who hated it more? This isn't tobacco.
There we have it. There we have it.
It's Tuesday night, and my chair keeps cracking from my fat ass. You've already played the theme song, so you have to tell everyone who hated it more, what we're discussing. You're in charge.
Oh, good. Okay, that means Billy forgot what we're talking about. So, who hated it more, kids? And the topic we're discussing is the Pepe Le Pew culture debate.
Okay.
Because everybody, look at. Wait, can I just share this with you? Look at what Zakia said. Zakia was there once. I am so determined to find my bike.
Sometimes they're on roller skates, and you're like, "Excuse me, that's my bike. I'm on roller skates.
Yep.
Take them off."
I roll up.
No.
And then I have to remember that's not.
Do you need a bike? My friend Megan has a bike shop. Female-owned bike shop over at Echo Park.
Yes, we need to get her on so we can talk about the time I tried to do a triathlon. I was riding a bicycle. It's a whole thing. So we'll have her on and talk about the whole shit.
It was her birthday yesterday, too. Oh. Are you leaving, too, or are you getting a cocktail?
I've got it. It was just brought in, and I'm just topping it off with a little.
Okay, listen. So Pepe Le Pew. Okay.
Is everyone familiar with the Pepe Le Pew?
I'll wait.
Oh, Robert.
Oh, Robert, welcome back to LA.
Robert Gamboa, ladies and gentlemen.
I know. I'm glad he's back to town. He's been in Texas this whole time.
He has been in Texas.
Did he
His parents love me as well.
Everyone's parents love you from a distance, just
except for mine. We don't have enough time on the show. Okay, so first we have Willie.
Stop it. What was canceled? Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, Willie, he doesn't even know what we're talking about. He doesn't even know.
Yeah, Willie, you're already ahead of everything. Slow it down, bitch. Wait a minute.
Paolo says, thank you. I grew up watching Pepe Le Pew and I Ain't a Rapist. Well, you're many other wonderful things.
Paolo, I don't know if that's true.
There are many things, Paolo.
I don't know if that's true. But
okay, so Willie wants to know why it was canceled. So it wasn't first of all, I think
But tell the story.
Yeah.
Tell the story you said to me, because earlier you said we're gonna talk the skunk should be banned.
I assume Kale's talking about me.
I assume I'm not that's what Kale, you'll have to be more specific.
How dare you, Kale?
But Jackie said
the big buzz is that everyone's talking about Pepe Le Pew being canceled because there were some articles that were written about, came out years ago, but there was also a recent article written about how Pepe Le Pew contributed to rape culture. And so basically they're saying, if you remember the cartoon, it was it Warner Brother, Looney Tune, whatever it was, Warner Brothers.
Looney Tunes. I don't know. Yeah.
One of those cartoons. And basically it was a skunk who's like a French caricature, really. And so I was like, oh, wait. And he would grab the little cat that he thought was also a skunk. He thought was one of his kind. And he was always trying to kiss her. And he would say, let's make love, and let's make love right here and all this. So there was an article written talking about how that lends itself to rape culture.
Right.
And so, of course, a lot of people were about that.
Right.
And then, of course, there's people that have an affinity for it because they watch the cartoon, like Paolo. And by the way, thanks for saying you're not a rapist, Paolo. You know who doesn't say that? Rapist. So we know you're not. But,
add it to your resume, Paolo. Not a rapist.
Yeah, good for you. So basically, so that's why everyone's up in arms about it, and that's why Willie was quote canceled, because it also was announced that they were going to do a Space Jam like 2, which, by the way, why are we even doing that?
It was terrible. Terrible.
Yeah. None of you cared about the skunk or Space Jam, but here we are. So they're talking about doing Space Jam 2, I guess, and now they said they're no longer going to involve Pepe Le Pew in this cartoon film that I guess adults give a shit about, and that's the story.
Who would care? Yeah. Now, so Jackie said to me earlier, listen, what's this segment called? Love Hate?
Who hated it more?
I forget. I'm sorry. It's not. I didn't write it up on my clipboard. But Jackie said,
right to TV. This is going.
Let's do Who Hated It More and talk about Pepe Le Pew. And I said, oh, why? What's happening? Because I had zero idea. Fair. And I said, oh, why? What's happening with him? That skunk who always tried to attack women. And she's like, there it is. But that is regardless of how you feel about that or what it means, it's like, if you think about him, you see him grabbing a woman who's like, I don't want anything to do with you, and kissing, oh, I love you, mon chéri, all that stuff. And is it funny? Yeah, but that's not appropriate. And the thing of it is, yes, it's a cartoon. I get all that. But the problems are so vast that if we can reel it in a little on some of these things, it might help. Because, and Paulo, I know, obviously, Paulo, you're not a rapist, Jada, but don't you fucking, I will stab you in the throat with a penknife. But the thing of it is, I almost said I don't care about it, but which is, I have to stop saying that. But we talked about it this much, Jackie, because you were like, stop talking. We'll do it on.
Your initial response, I want to tell everyone, your initial response was, Pepe Le Pew, oh yeah, isn't this guy that just grabbed everybody and kissed them against their will? Something like that. That's what you said as a response. And I was like, well, that's it.
But that's not right.
That's all you know or remember is it.
But that is the thing. And the point of what's happening is, I have two feelings about this. Because I'm also I also have this crazy in my head, and Jackie, you're the smart one, so tell me if I'm wrong.
Good luck.
We keep looking backwards to try and in my mind, erase it for the future. It's no, leave all that shit right where it is. There's so much more in the future we need to look at and actually address. I don't give a fuck about any of it, because The Simpsons says a lot of words. They say tranny, they say transvestite, they say all these words that now we're listen, that hurts someone's feelings. And it's okay, but are we going to cancel The Simpsons? It's no, it's the longest running animated series. However, as humans, we should be evolving and saying, okay, so moving forward, here's Pepe Le Pew. He could come back into space. What's it called?
Space Jam.
Space Jam 2, being why is there another Space Jam? Exactly. But he could come in being a different character. Or a heightened character who's learned now not to do these things. But I mean,
here's the deal.
Get it?
Yes to all of that. A lot of the people that are oh, don't get rid of stuff that was in the past. The thing that bothers me about it is, first of all, I have to just take a second and go with Willie on this. Space Jam 1 sucked. There was one song from it I like. Oh, was there a Method Man and Redman song in Space Jam? Wow. Does anyone know that? Am I crazy? I feel like there's a Method Man.
I don't know.
No, there's a Method Man song in Space Jam that I think I love, but I'll Google that in a second. But the point of it is, none of you were thinking a damn thing about Space Jam, about Pepe Le Pew, about Dr. Seuss books. When is the last time any of you have thought about any of this shit? So I don't know. What I don't get is, why is this the hill to die on now. It's a weird hill to die on.
It's a weird hill.
Right? Like there's one guy that I know that I've seen, and this is where I get it. You know, I understand the layers, and I think what you're saying is interesting, just in terms of where are we now? And I think the problem that we're having is that we're having a reckoning for where we are now, because where we are now is shit. Where we are now is racist and misogynist and homophobic. We're just swimming, just drowning in it every day. And of course, you're a cis, straight, male, whatever, white. You're not gonna feel those things. It doesn't affect you. You're just la-di-da through your day because you don't have to deal with whatever that bullshit is, right? And you had people dealing with it their whole lives.
Right.
And it takes, if you're telling me that women would feel like they were seen and heard for once in their damn underpaid lives if we just didn't show this mangy ass cartoon that no one's thought about in 20 years, I'd say get rid of the cartoon.
Right. That's
okay?
Right.
But if Black America will feel better for 5 seconds, we have a lot of work to do. But if this is one thing we can do, shut up and it's the minimum. The minimum is shutting up and letting it happen.
Right. And that's why earlier I thought about it for years. This skunk contributes to it. It's true. It's part of it. It's not maniacal. It was meant to be funny. However, that kind of behavior, it perpetuates to a grander thing. And so when I say, I don't care about it, but we talked about this too with clubs, which we're going to get into later. Like, I don't have the same experiences as other people. So my opinion is like, who cares? A skunk's just being funny to a woman. I'm not a woman. I don't get to say, but you've never had someone actually do that to you or have that be a pattern that keeps showing up in your life. And it's like, wow, that's fucked. Like, because to me, it's a funny cartoon. But to other people, it's their actual day-to-day lives. Like, sometimes this shit happens, like at Christmas parties, when I'm out with friends, I have to do, and it's like, then if that's the case, then that cartoon's not that, like you said, the hill to die on.
It's a weird hill to die on. That's my thing. It's a weird hill to die. And then one guy was like, well, we don't need to, we're removing an opportunity to educate. I'm like, listen, sweetheart, in terms of Dr. Seuss, we've had 400 years to educate people, figure it out and get it right. Pick up another book. There's a lot of books.
There's so much.
Taking out 6 that weren't popular for a reason that the estate doesn't agree with. Nobody cares. You didn't care about it. Right. So if you don't think it's like supremacist to care about it now, you're
weird. Are you singing?
Yeah. Sometimes I break in a song when I get too upset. So Willie says, are they going to get rid of Betty Boo? They may.
That's great. I mean, I didn't think about that.
But also, Betty Boo was a character stolen from a Black, I believe, actress and singer for sure. But I think it was also an actress back in the day. Will they ever give her credit? That's the question.
They won't. This also comes into. Okay, wait. I don't care. Reading out loud. I don't care about the past-ish. There are enough problematic people without drudging up the past. It feels like a distraction. I agree with that tenfold because it's like, hi, are there not assholes right fucking now?
Yeah.
And it's difficult because, and I don't know, listen, I know nothing about this. I'm saying that right out of the gate. But with Governor Cuomo, who I liked for being empowering in New York and very strong fighting that other dickhead who was the president before, I'm all about that. But I'm like, this other shit, it's like, dude, own the shit. You've got to own the shit you do. I own the shit that I do. And I say that because it's like, you can still be yourself, but own what you said. It's like, oh God, I said that. I didn't know that had to, girl, this bitch is coming for us right now. Don't you?
They have to get rid of, Zakia says, first of all, of course, Zakia agrees with Billy, whatever. And Z also says, although you got Billy to read a full caption, so you get a gold star for the day.
I'm trying over here.
But Z says they have to get rid of the Golden Girls, winks at Jackie.
Don't you dare. The Golden Girls is the best show on television. It is the best. They cover everything.
All of it.
All of it.
Talk about all of it.
And that's the thing. And Jackie, as comedians, because I know you don't like I don't like labels either. I was like, go fuck yourself. However, don't forget this.
Oh, got it. Okay. Yep.
Just because that's the thing. But that's, you know what it is? Comedy helps to bring about change because you can talk about things that are difficult or hurtful or make you feel, and you can laugh about them. Because as humans, we're all terrible. We're all terrible.
Agreed. 100% agree. We're not, no one is here is flawless, and no one here is like, not even Beyonce. P.S. She doesn't wake up like that, but she has a team. But here's the jam. So the reality is this, like, yes, we're all terrible. Yes, we all have work to do. Yes, there's current day things that we need to be thinking about. And so, oh my God. Okay, I'm going to bring that up in a second. We're going to talk about it. So, this is my first time seeing. Wait, this is the best line ever.
Wait, it's Edgar. I know Edgar.
Hi, Edgar. Edgar's like, can you read Edgar's caption?
Wait, Edgar says, this is my first time seeing you two. I love you two as a team. I'm adding in words, Edgar, because you're barely speaking English. And I know that sounds racist, and it might be. Yeah, I know, Edgar. I fixed it for you. No one's in. He's in San Jose. What am I going to do with him? What can I do with him? Yeah.
Edgar, I'm going to thank you and say you're not late. You're right on time as long as you're agreeing with me and not billing. That's what I'm asking.
All right.
That's how I hedge my bets. I think. So wait, you were saying about the
Golden Girls?
Edgar, you're exactly where you need to be and you're perfect. But in terms of like where we are now, yeah, I think there's stuff that we need to be focused on now. But I also think there's stuff that if it matters to people, it doesn't hurt anyone. And I just don't think anyone gave a shit either way.
Right.
Everyone's on both sides. Everyone's looking for something to be self-righteous about, right?
It's true.
Either it's like kill the skunk or you're a rapist, right? That's it. You're pro-rape. If you don't agree with this cartoon skunk, you're pro-rape. Or you're taking away my childhood. That skunk is everything. Well, neither of you. That's all idiocy. Okay,
right?
It's a cartoon. It couldn't have been your childhood. Maybe you were, latchkey kid, whatever we were all called when we were home alone, so our parents were working back in the day.
Works. Yeah.
But like, all right, cool. Maybe you were whatever, but like, it wasn't your life. It's not your child. One guy was like, I read this to my kid. Yeah, read your kids another book, Dad. How old is that? Give your kids another book.
But we talked about this too with pronouns and stuff. Does it make that much of a difference to me as a person to try and become better? And that's what all of us, we feel like when we're taking away the past, not all of us, sorry, but when you take, so I'm smoking weed now, I gotta slow down. But like when you take, you go, oh, here she goes. But it's like, no one's taking anything away from you. You can still love Pepe Le Pew for his zany character. However, you also have to own his conduct was really fucked up. Like that's fucked up shit to grab a woman, whether it's a cat or a character, or whatever. It's like, oh, that's part of it.
I had a woman say to me that the point of that was to teach boys that if you do that, no one's going to want to be around you. And I'm like, but that's not, if that was an educational tool, they failed. Okay. So from that generation to this, the boys haven't learned that that's not okay. So,
but you're right. As you know, that like that whole mentality of like, but that's, and I'm saying this as a whatever in my head, but that is a woman. God forbid they cancel SpongeBob. That tap dancing queer. Don't start. But like, that's also, but see, Jackie, those statements from women like that, I'm like, oh God, you're a woman who had to learn her place, which makes me sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm like, no, boo. You don't ever have to put up with. It shouldn't even be an issue.
Stop acting like statues and cartoons and these books are educational tools. Like, knock it off. They weren't. It's just so dumb on both sides. And the problem is, people dig in on one side, and whatever that is, they're not moving.
I know. But you know what it is?
It's a weird hill to die on. This is a weird hill to die on.
Yeah, and you've helped me with this so much because I always feel like digging my heels in, no pun intended, you're welcome. But I'm like,
Edgar said, God forbid they cancel Manu now.
Oh, Jesus, we're in trouble. Don't say it. That's all we have. Don't say it. But it's like, it's one of those things because I think, Jackie, because we talked about this too, people feel like attacked. And it's like, no one's attacking you. We're we're looking at these big picture things, but I want to move forward and fix the assholes who are like, it's like, okay, so let's not spend too much time on Dr. Seuss, whose sidebar, oh, here we go. Zakia, don't start. You know what? I have enough problems. I don't need any more trouble. But like the stuff with Dr. Seuss, his own, let me talk about this today too a little, his own, what's it called when you're dead and your people,
your grave, the estate you're talking about.
Your estate is like, yeah, this is fucked up. We don't want this out there. Like
what they decided as a brand. It's a brand conversation. And here's the thing: people act, I believe, okay, because I can't say people are like, here's what it is. You don't know what it is. It's what it is to you, right? So here's what I think that the thing is, that people feel like something's being taken from them because they're clinging on to anything to feel like the ground is solid underneath them. Meaning, it's what I know. It's what I was taught.
Yeah.
In fairness to them, I think it's like, oh, my parents, whatever my parents said was right, which is also a bizarre generational non-truth that we all know as adults. Like all of those things, that's your programming, right? So like, not even mad about it, but that's your shit. You don't even know, but that's your shit. That's the programming stuff. And you don't even know you're doing it. Like I'll say we, not you. We don't even know when we're doing it sometimes.
It's true.
And then it's like, wait, what am I doing?
Right. Why am I getting so, oh, wait a minute. I don't.
It's a cartoon skunk I haven't thought about for 25 years at least.
Right. And sidebar, I did think though, devil's advocate, there's this other cartoon I watched. Wow, stop it. You guys are terrible. Could you imagine?
That's 2 votes. You got
imagine? I'm doing great. There's another cartoon. I don't know where it's from because it's very obscure, but I used to see it as a kid. But I also grew up in the 50s, so it's a little different. But there was this beautiful ballerina in the circus, and there was a clown who was always very passionately showing his love, flowers, like, and she would say, no, you silly clown. She would always say that to him. It was a cartoon, but she ended up with him. And I'm like, well, does that get people thinking that stalking is okay? But see, it's all out there. But we're talking about the 1950s, which I don't think people understand how fucked up the 1950s were. So it's like, everybody chill the fuck out. It was a different time. When I was in school, they literally said, Lincoln freed the slaves. Well, that's done. And it's like, and then,
where's the month covered?
Right. Okay. 400 years. Well, that's done. And I was like,
we're doing great, America. We're doing really well.
But that's the thing. People have to unlearn those things. And I'm unlearning phrases and things that I have always said because at the end of the day, what happened?
I found some stuff. Okay, go ahead.
I have to pee again in a minute because this fucking show goes on for like in 2 hours.
No,
and
no one has anywhere to be. They're just tuning in. Now we're actually pissed off, and now they give a damn. That's the way that it works. But wait, you at the end of the day, you were making a final point, and I want you to make your final point of the night. No, I'm kidding.
Well, oh man, come on, man. I'm just trying. What was my final point? I lost my train of thought.
Stony End. Great.
Hold on, I get it. Oh wait, I know. My final point is if there's some small thing you can do to make someone else feel better and more welcome in this world, like you always say, why wouldn't you do it? Why wouldn't you do it? Right. So it's like Pepe Le Pew is the line for so many people. It's not that important to me. It's not that important. Is Paolo laughing at me because I have to pee? Okay.
So wait. So Willie, I just want to say Willie's the smartest fan we have on the show. Very, very on point.
That's it right there. Because
thank you, Ona.
Oh, thank you, Ona. That's very sweet. It's a lot of rambling, but we cover a lot of ground.
But wait, here's the thing. It was trash. We're talking. Things were different back then, but it was trash back then. Okay.
It was trash back then.
I like a hula hoop. I like an egg cream and a milkshake. There are certain things.
But that's because it was the start of propaganda. Right. The 50s are start of like the American dream. It was like, oh, we can make money on this because, as far as I'm concerned, the aliens crashed, and then we learned all this technology, and then everything got crazy.
Okay, Billy has to pee, so he's going to take a break, everyone.
You know what? Don't you dare drag aliens into this and not let me yell about it. I love aliens. I pee.
Just all you. If you take nothing else from this show, take away aliens and catheters, and that's really all that there is. Okay, so I found that for those of you that were here for the Space Jam chat about like who gives a shit about Space Jam, basically, like enough to die on this hill. About Pepe Le Pew. If you need more than that, Google it. I don't have time, but the soundtrack is actually really good, and I forgot how many songs are on this damn soundtrack. So there's a Seal, Fly Like an Eagle. Remember that song? Anyone remember that? Fly Like an Eagle. I'll sing them all. It's fine. And then there's, Quad City DJs did Space Jam. I don't know if anybody even remembers the Quad City DJs. They did the Come On Ride the Train song. Come on, ride it. Yeah, it was a time. I used to DJ weddings. It's a long story.
I'm sorry.
Hit 'em High with Method Man, Busta Rhymes.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Are you, I'm sorry, white girl from Connecticut is trying to sell the Space Jam's soundtrack?
The soundtrack is dope. What are you out of your natural mind? There's Seal, Method Man, Busta Rhymes, Monica's For You I Will. I forgot was on this soundtrack, which is a fantastic track.
Okay.
There's a Robin S song on this soundtrack, which I didn't even know, to be totally honest. All for One's got a song on it. All for One, I Swear, was my 8th grade dance song. Just take that in.
Oh, I don't know.
There's a Biz Markie soundtrack on here. I think it says Biz Markie and Spin Doctor, so I'm going to skip that. Okay. There's a Coolio track on here. Oh, R. Kelly's I Believe I Can Fly is on here. I Believe I Can Fly is on here.
Isn't R. Kelly the one who got peed on?
Huh?
Isn't R. Kelly the one who got peed on?
Well, he was the peer, not the PE. He peed on people.
Humans.
First of all, there are definitely people watching this right now that have peed on people. So let's not dance about that.
I haven't. Though I do pee in the shower. But first of all, I pee all the time. I can't stop peeing.
We've noticed. You've been here 4 minutes and you peed 7 times. So that's there. You go. Oh my God, Brandon! After my own heart, Jock Jams were my shit.
What's Jock Jams?
Oh my God, Jock Jams. Okay, let me pull up a Jock Jams. He peed. Yes, he did.
Calm down, Edgar.
Jock Jams.
Edgar, we get it. Calm down.
Edgar is dialed in. Edgar's on point. We're going to bring Edgar on one of these shows because we have some stuff to unpack with Edgar.
Okay.
He 100% did pee on minors. You are correct. Everyone I know has peed on other consenting adults.
I never peed on anybody.
I had a friend who used to pee on men for money.
Pee on men for money. Okay. You know what?
And then she wrote a country song. So Jock Jams were these like mixed CDs back in the day.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
And I'm sorry. Am I dating myself here?
No, I'm just sort of like, I'm surprised that Jock Jams and what's that movie? Space Jam.
Oh my God. You know what was on it, Brandon? Remember, Brandon says, hold on. Brandon says,
oh, shit. If you don't pee in the shower, you're lying. I always pee in the shower. I can't help it. I can't help it. I'm not going to
name names because I'm not that kind of folk, but there is someone watching this show that pees in the ocean. And whenever we go to the beach, we have the debate because I walk to the bathroom and they just.
Do you want to hear what's fucked up? I do both.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
Because it's just like in for a penny, in for a pound. Just kind of like do both.
Edgar new show. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna do Kale. I'm just gonna do a show with Edgar, and it's gonna.
Kale. Oh man, come on, Kale. What am I gonna do?
Wait, Zakia says I thought Jock Jams was.
That's because you didn't have HBO. That's because you didn't have HBO. That's why you thought that, Zakia. That's all you didn't know. I can't.
Okay, so Jock Jams. Do you remember Brandon when Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch? What was that song? Was on it? You know.
I don't know these words.
Oh God!
I made it in Europe. I was in Europe.
Song. That was on Jams, everyone.
I was in Europe for 6 months during the 90s, so I missed.
There it is.
I missed a lot of stuff.
Oh, good vibrations. Yes, Edgar came through again.
Real? Oh, okay. We'll share with the group for the podcast. Okay.
Edgar came through. Paolo, of course, came through. Brandon remembers. These mix CDs were so good.
Wow. Okay.
Jock jams.
This took a turn differently from Love, who hated it more, from the skunk to soundtracks for Marky.
Space Jam. No, don't hurt yourself. Stop it. Jock jams, and then
I'm off the weed for a minute.
And then Space Jam. I mean, look, I'm never going to not talk about music, so I don't really care. I'll talk
love
about
music. I love music.
I just want to say Willie one more time, if we want to just focus on Willie's thoughts for the moment, it'd be great.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. I often think it could be so much easier running things if you were a monarchy who just was in charge. And like, no, but only if you're a good person and wants to listen to other people.
Yeah, see, this is where you always take a left because you're like, oh, if you had all the money and the power and you were a good person, that doesn't ever seem to.
I know.
Someone could point me in the direction of when that ever happens or
Right.
works. Oh wait,
Right.
Edgar, you saw who? Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch? I need to know who you saw live at Not Very Far. Oh
That
my
could
God.
be. You saw Pepe Le Pew at Not Very Farms? Did he? If he touched you, you could make some real money right now. Now's the
Like
time.
leaving this saying Pepe Le Pew peed on someone at a concert in Knott's Berry Farm. This is all.
And we'll be off the air by tomorrow.
You saw Marky Mark. Was he good live? Can you just tell me, was he lip syncing and was it good live? I need to know what I need to know.
Mark Wahlberg's amazing. I love him. I mean, he's typing. He's typing. Listen, Mark Wahlberg is a gem. We used to play badminton together back in the late 90s. And he was a gem back then. Just a real gentleman. That's all. I've also had he was hot. We're asking if he was talented. Oh, he was awesome.
Okay, do you remember Mellow Man Ace? Yes, super dope. And Stacey Q. Can you know Stacey Q? Don't you dare, Billy. Name me one Stacey Q song. It's the only one you know.
I know her because we both had the same obstetrician.
Challenge to Paolo. Because I know Edgar's going to know it, obviously. Marky Mark, yes. I'm not mad at it. Paolo, the challenge is to you. I'm going to challenge Paolo and not you.
Oh my God, we forgot about this.
We're not done. We're not done with the show. Even though Billy shares a gynecologist with Stacey Q, I want Paolo to tell us the Stacey Q song, the single, the big hit, the big Stacey Q hit. He will. He's going to come back with it. Of course he will.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, he's a DJ.
Yeah, Edgar, I love hearing that it was hot even then. I can't really picture him back then. I picture the song, but like not him.
He's very short. He's like 5'8".
Tiny. I wish my brother were here because he does a perfect Marky Mark.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
I love him. He's so good. Him and Denzel Washington did a movie together. I don't know the name of it, but I watched it when I was home with my parents last year. It was so good.
Your mom texted me.
Yeah. Oh man. Come on, man. That's not fair.
Oh, look at what Brandon. See, this is what I'm talking about, Brandon. Yes.
Limits on the amount of money you can make in the excess of that.
Yeah.
That's good people stuff. And people see, I don't understand how anyone could spend like over $1,000 on a pair of shoes. Like over. It's like, what? But see, that has unfortunately started filling up people's spirits.
Brandon!
I know that song. I know it, yeah.
Yes.
Get it, Toshi. Okay.
You come here for Billy and I getting drunk and singing. That's really the point of
Can I make another cocktail? But
yes, you know why? Because Kale says, please go on a while. Love it.
Kale, I am a young woman trying to find my way in the world. And if I literally get drunk one more time at home and start eating tater tots frozen out of the bag, I can't.
I'm going to say, for Kale, I will. And whoever gets that reference, which is a callback to an album we just talked about, you're going to get a gold star. Maybe a prize. I can do that.
I don't understand half the things you guys are talking
about.
Well,
we're all here. Edgar, I feel like Edgar gets it. Brandon gets it. Like we're dialed in.
I'm sure everyone gets it but me. But however, I don't understand is how a girl from Connecticut could be this obsessed with Space Jam. I mean, what happened?
I think obsessed is offensive. I think look at Zakiya said, I missed 18 death drops. A death drop, contrary to what you may know as a death drop.
Tell them.
Which is something I've never been flexible enough to do, is when Billy name drops for just no reason. It's a non sequitur. He's
I
just like,
thought you met in real life with the
wow,
girls.
the weather's really nice. You know, Carissa Flockhart and I, whatever her name is. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of shit.
Yeah. No.
Okay, there you go.
Well, that's because during the late 90s, a lot of people don't know this. Judith Light used to host a Pilates class on the roof of the Beverly Center.
Oh, Danity's in. Danity got it.
Monica. Okay. Girl, she's on top.
I said for Kale I will, and Danity said Monica, and Zakia said Monica, because on a Space Jam soundtrack is For You I Will by Monica. Many gold stars.
I don't know it.
I know you don't, and I love you anyway, which says a lot about our relationship.
Are you talking to me still?
No, I'm talking to Ed. I've moved on. And
every time you ask me a question, I talk back to my phone. Wow, that should be. I'm not going to say the word. Okay.
Well, that's what people do. Everybody just talks to their phone and then it types it and sells it, and like that's it.
This show gets longer and longer. Stiffest mom, Jennifer Coolidge. No, she's a good egg.
I have had some FUBAR nights. I won't get into any specifics. But
no one's going to, because we're all ladies here and we're going to keep it classy.
On that note, I have to pee, so I'll be right back.
You're going to pee? Wow. Oh my God, it's all up to me. Oh Lord. If you're just tuning in, hi, this is Triggered. Jackie Steele is with me, but she's peeing right now. I've already peed twice. I swear to God, I'm not going to just talk about urine the whole time. I'm not. This isn't Silver Lake. I'm going to keep it classy. But tonight is our show where we cover a lot of things that set us off. And we've had some cocktails. Of course, we're already over last week's show, which was an hour and a half. Now we're over an hour and a half. I don't know what else to share with you guys because I'm literally, well, my fault for grabbing this. And then I said, let's have a little of this because I'm a little out of practice with being on camera. However, Jackie Steele and I, we only recently met. Oh, she's back. Did you pee standing up?
Don't question me. Yeah.
Girl, you are rich. I was just saying how we met. Oh, we can't make your announcement until Thursday. Never mind.
I put it on social media already. What do you know? How do we meet?
Okay, for those of you who are still watching, I am on the Lesbian Gay Advisory Board for the City of West Hollywood.
He can only tell you that if he counts out the letters on his.
Yeah, and we're adding another letter soon, so get ready. It'll be 5 fingers. But Jackie is coming on the board this week, and I'm so excited because Jackie gets it. At the end of the day, you get it. You're a good egg, and you get it, and I love that. And I can't wait to do more stuff for the community so we can share information and just get shit out there for people. Not that we're getting, this isn't the right platform. However, I love that that you and I talk about and care about. You've got me more involved in it, caring about pronouns because it makes people feel better. And it's like, I know I was one of those assholes. I was like, I don't fucking care. Call whatever you want. Yeah, call me whatever you want. But my experiences are different from everybody else. I can do whatever I want and no one seems to care. Other people don't have that magic. They don't have that luxury. And I'm like, can I help that? And Jackie's like, yes, you can, you dumb bitch. She didn't say that, my words. But, and that's where we're going. And I love that. And that's what LGAB is. That's on our list.
Well, I'll tell you this. I was talking to, hi, Jimmy James. Oh, I'd love to watch you sing. Hi.
That's a legend. That's a goddamn fucking legend. Are you kidding?
I love.
My nieces know who Jimmy James is. They are obsessed. That bitch has been doing it since they rolled up in the Mayflower in Provincetown and started doing drag. That bitch has been doing numbers. Jimmy, I love you. Shit. Oh,
Jimmy's one of the only people that you probably don't know this because I don't think we've ever met, but one of the only people that when I get a live notification or whatever, I immediately click and then I see like, okay, we're getting there, and then we're gonna just go boom, and I'm like in it. I am in it. I love it. I absolutely love it. So fun fact, big fan.
Amazing. And was taking care of his mom down in Texas. They lost power.
Oh yeah, Texas was bad. Texas was tough.
Jimmy, oh my God, I got the chills. This is tonight's show. Thank God we went over our time. Thank God.
Like he's shocked.
I mean,
Look at him trying to clutch pearls in front of Jimmy. Like, I can't believe you've gone over tonight. I'm
I text that bitch. I said, my nieces, I text about every time my nieces are like, we love this song. They know who he is, which I think is beautiful. I mean, I know him from the early 90s because I'm old.
Here we go. Here it comes.
No, back in Provincetown, this bitch doing Maryland, people were they were like obsessed. They couldn't understand. It was like seeing her live. It was a whole thing. A legend. Thank you, Tio. Okay, that's all. Jackie, back to you. I'll stop.
No.
Honey, Jimmy, you know that nobody can tell Buddy to shut up. Nobody can tell. Buddy's been talking for years. God love her. Another one. I mean, Diana might be able to give us some Thorazine. Another friend of ours. It's a whole thing. Drag thing. Oh, I love it. Okay, so Jackie, are we just about done, or what are we doing?
What are you doing? Does anybody want to stay? If they want to stay, I'll always drink and talk to you. I don't care. I'm going to hang up and I'm going to call you anyway, so I don't care.
Right. You and I will stay on this. I also, because what's going to happen is I want to I like to end on the 30 or the 60. Like it's either an hour and a half or 2 hours. So we have another 30-something minutes.
Yeah, 24 minutes. Oh, look at there's. Thank you, Kale. God. Thank you. Okay. Wait. Willie wants to know. This is a good time before we get too drinksy.
Oh, thank God, Willie. Thank God, Willie is on. Because I've told Jackie to remind me now twice. Willie's like, "What's the thing?" Okay, Jackie.
So and he's like, he only knows it is a thing and he has no more information. So that's all you need to know is that right there. We get people to send us their images for the show, blah, blah, blah. We did stank face last show. Everybody sent us their stank face, which we don't know what is this. Just real stanky.
Yeah.
How we're basically all walking through the world at this point, to be honest. But
yeah.
And so we've got a bunch of things submitted. And what we wanted to do this week, since we were talking earlier about people just being contrary for the point and whatever, and not giving a shit about other people, whatever the thing is, it's all very flippant. And so we thought it'd be fun to have you send us your best flip. Just give us one. Just send
I want everyone. I have my mom doing it. My dad. I want everyone.
I have a picture of your
my dad. Yeah, that's Christmas. Yeah, my dad. My dad is so funny, but my dad never said anything until about 4 years ago. I never heard him talk. He didn't speak through the 70s, the 80s, 90s. He didn't say a goddamn thing. For those of you who know The Pirate, I'm going to tell you, this is a fun story. I bought what I thought was the most glamorous fur coat back at a thrift store back in the day. And I was working in Natick. Jackie, you know Natick, back home. Flooding your inbox. Yes, ma'am. I'll chat.
Yes.
All right. Whatchamacallit? And I had this fur coat that I was wearing around during the late 90s, and I thought I was the bee's knees. And my dad, I was living at home at the time, and my dad never said a word. And I said to him one day, "Oh, do you like I said, "You haven't said anything about my fur coat." He said, "I didn't want to say anything." And I said, "Oh, well, you could always say how you feel." "Really?" And I said, "Yeah. You look like a fucking idiot." And I said, "Oh." And I never wore the fur coat again. I gave it back to Goodwill. He was like, "I'm telling you, Bill, no. It's not long enough on you. It's not big enough." And I was like, wow. Because it was for a short woman. And I was wearing it like, "Look at me." "No," he said. And
I love that your father's like, "Look, I know you're a raging queen. And I'm here for that. What I am not here for under any circumstance is my dogs are at the door because they're crazy."
Oh, no one's angry. No one's angry. Oh my Lord. This show tonight.
My dogs are always angry. They don't care about you people at all. They're just
And why would they? I mean, Kale, thank you. I feel like it goes too long and people think we're I'm still here, but out of weed. Is that a thing?
For shame.
I gotta tell you, I haven't told anybody this, but I'm stoned and drunk enough. My friend, all right, hold on. My friend Jonathan.
There are more people dialed in now than there have been.
Should we start going later, Jackie?
When there was a structured show where like, oh, this segment, everyone's like, we don't give a fuck. And now you're like, we're drunk, just talk about everything. Everyone's like, the numbers have gone up consider that. I just want to say that to you.
I haven't even asked. How many? I thought it was like 10 people watching.
There's 2,700. No, there's a good amount. It's raised up. There's a decent clip.
It's none of my business. What do I fucking care? Right.
Wait, so Jimmy, by the way, Jimmy, yes, exactly. We'll say it was faux fur.
Expensive.
Oh, thank God. Edgar, you're back. Thank God. I love your mask, by the way. I didn't say that before. I love your mask in your photo. Very cute.
What is it? Oh, okay. I mean, I'm trying to think what other grounds we should cover. Talking about scooters now seems boring.
No, we're not doing. Oh, Willie, so Willie, do you prefer gummies or do you just have access to gummies?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the rules are. Is weed legal everywhere now or no?
I think so. Yes. Thank you, Brandon. I don't care. See, I don't know who's doing what. All I'm telling you is and it's hard for me because I'll be honest. Like I like performing live. I'm a live performer. I enjoy
you are. Look at me. I was designed for a live audience.
You were built. That pearl cascade alone says to me, you could have said nothing, and I would have known. But like we're live performers, both of us. But like people and just engage. I would rather just talk to the comment section here. I don't give two fresh biscuits.
I love comments, which is why we're going into the next part of our show, which is comments only. That's our next thing, Jax.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, comments only. We'll talk whatever you guys want to talk. Sorry, whatever you folks want to talk about. Let's get in there.
Willie says maybe both, and also allegedly. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, down in New Orleans, when I was down there all the time, and weed wasn't everywhere, I would smoke weed with Poodle, who was the lighting guy at the Bourbon Pub, and I'd get high as a kite. And I had because I never smoked weed back then. I was like, because I've been going there for so long. It was just so much fun. It just relaxes me a little. Jackie, do you smoke weed?
I'm not good at the weed. It doesn't work. And I, I have a lot of people in my life that have smoked weed. I was married to a guy who enjoyed it and smoked too often. It never did it for me. I just go to sleep. It's very rarely, no matter what kind. I know there's like the sativa and then what's the other one? Like there's a upper and a downer one.
Yeah, sativa and indica.
And indica, thank you. It all puts me to sleep, no joke. I don't know why. It's just my makeup. So for me, it doesn't do it. I wish it would. But if I need to sleep, my brother usually has, I'll have something from him. Yeah. But Edgar's saying indica should put me in, But it just doesn't do it for me. I'm not mad at it. I just don't.
It doesn't do it,
words, so to speak.
No, I love it. Back in the day, I can remember like years ago in Provincetown, after I worked at a restaurant, we get done, and Rafe, still a dear friend, who I stay at his house, whatever, long story short, I'm in the will.
Here it is, yep.
Yeah, here it goes. But he would say, who wants to smoke gravel? He called weed gravel. And he'd roll a joint, and it was gravel. He would pass the joint. So old school. It was
wow. We don't need you to be, we don't have to call that out.
Wow. That sounds like you're getting called out a little.
Targeting.
Yeah. Hangovers aren't. There's no such thing as a hangover. Listen, there's no such thing as a hangover. I can't smoke weed or drink.
Yeah. Brandon, good for you.
Brandon, good for you. But Brandon, if it's making you a better person and you're feeling good, hit it.
Well, I didn't drink. You don't know this probably, Billy, but I didn't drink until after I was 30 because I know exactly.
No, but Jackie, I never drank till I was in my 30s either.
Oh, really?
Midori sours. From
oh my God.
2 Midori sours. Oh my God, I'm crazy. 2 Midori sours. It wasn't until I came to LA 19 years ago that vodka.
Okay, this is Crazy Town Banana Sandwich.
Wow.
Let me say
Tell
something.
me your story.
So number one, well, I grew up in a family of, alcohol addiction and drug abuse and all those things. Yeah. And so I was like super hardcore and like, I would never touch it. I would never do it. And then I realized like, that was also like a cross I was carrying kind of.
Right.
And not that I wanted to, I know, where is Kevin Sullivan? Jesus.
Oh yeah. Where is
I don't know where he is. I don't know where he is.
Fuck her. She gets
exactly. How dare you?
She gets a million views on TikTok and now she's too good for us.
He goes viral and suddenly he can't, participate in the show. But here's the thing. So I didn't do it. And then I was like, I dated this person who would bring me roses and champagne. I loved it, but I didn't love them. So I ditched them. I bought my own roses and champagne because that's how you do. And I just eased my way in. But when I first started drinking, I did have Midori sours. And I went to Ireland once. We didn't drink at all. Barely. It was a big day. We had a drink. My best friend and I were on a pub crawl. Mostly sober on a pub crawl. It was stupid in Ireland. They gave me a Midori sour. Okay.
Yeah.
It was an old hotel in Ireland where they have one key, like the skeleton key, that unlocks all the doors.
I know what a skeleton key is, Jackie.
Of course, you were there when they were invented. So we had the skeleton key. So we're in there. We think we were drugged. We were freaking out. We made a pot of tea in the hotel room. Here comes the whole caravan of people who've been drinking because they know how to drink. And they came in with the skeleton key. And I was like, we're all going to die. Everyone's going to die.
Oh my
God. It was the most fun, amazing trip. But I understand. I didn't drink for a long time. So I totally understand that. And I would go out. I love to dance.
Yeah.
So was it Brandon that doesn't drink or do we? Let me see. Yeah.
Brandon, yeah.
I used to go out all the time, Brandon. I don't know about you, like how what your social energy is, but like I love to dance. So I would go out all the time dancing, and I would get like a Sprite or a seltzer or whatever. Yeah. And I always got shit from the bartender, and I would tip them like I was drinking.
Correct.
You always believe in taking care of the bar staff, always.
Always.
But like I got a lot of shit. I don't know what you experienced, Brandon, out in the world or what your social life is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. That is, Midori sours. I drank so much later in life. Yeah. I never had vodka until.
Crazy unboxing dude is back.
What the fuck with you back? Oh, no one's angry.
Oh, wait. Edgar says I.
Wow. What is that? Edgar, don't you blame me. Don't you drag me down into your margarita hell. That's not on me, bitch. No.
Like, yeah, you're not here to perv on me.
Ask Jackie to twerk. Jackie, do you know how to twerk?
No, I'm Irish. I don't twerk.
I was going to say, an Irish white girl from Connecticut. I wasn't going to say it.
Nobody's business, but that's it. And that's the end of that.
Okay, listen. I have to pee again, but all kidding aside, how many of these are there? Are we on 3?
You're home. However do you want. I don't know. I'm not.
No, I can't. I don't. I only drink out of a pint glass when I'm talking to you.
Oh, Brandon, I understand that. Yeah, exactly. I get it. Yeah.
Okay.
I get that.
Yeah. But hang in there, boo. But tonight we love that you're here tonight with us. That's fun.
Edgar says Margarita is my mother's name. Hi, Mom. Hi, Edgar's mom. Please say hi to Margarita for us. And Brandon,
Brandon, I don't think I don't know if I can stomach that right now. It's too early in the day.
You couldn't. You can't, and you shan't. No, and I'll tell you something. You think alcohol does it, but look at Brandon. Look at Brandon.
Wow. Don't you dare. Don't you drag Brandon into this. He doesn't need this kind of heavy.
Alcohol or weed. It's just Brandon being Brandon. Look at that. Look at you.
I don't know why I got so kooky tonight. I'm glad I changed outfits though.
You know, one of my favorite things to do is call up my it is a bit, but it's also true. I like to call up my religious friends when bad shit happens and say, look at God.
Oh my God, Jackie, can I tell you the best story ever about God? Or an atheist? And Jimmy, Martini's girl, she knows what she's doing. Years ago, back in Boston, I lived with like a hardcore. I have to pee. Thank you, Kale. I have to pee. I lived with a hardcore atheist who was like, there's no God, there's nothing nothing out there. Hard about everything. Okay. He was obsessed with Tyra Banks doing her model show back in the 90s, whatever that was. First Top Model or something.
And you think America's Next Top Model.
But there was no like Apple TV or DVR. So if you missed it, you missed it.
Look at him doing this. Do you all see that? You see him doing this?
I still call ATMs bank machines.
He took 10 years of improv classes to be able to do this.
And the groundlings still didn't want me. Don't get me started on that whole thing. Okay, listen. So his name was Peter, and he was obsessed with that model show. And literally we were running.
Peter the Atheist, yeah?
What happened?
People the Atheist?
Peter the Atheist. Peter the Atheist is the name of our children's book. Write that down. We'll do it later. But listen, I was out one day, and he was missing his show because we had gone grocery shopping or something. We rushed home, and he ran upstairs, turned it on, and it was just starting. He goes, "Oh my God, thank God, thank God, thank God." He was so he was thanking God, and I was like walking up the stairs with like this bitch who thinks there's no God, nothing but thank God.
So
Tyra
good.
Banks.
Well, we've all said thank God for Tyra Banks at some point. I'll say, oh, Edgar says, y'all should have a bucket near you to pee and it'll attract the fetish demo. That's my OnlyFans. I call it 2 tears in a bucket. That's my kink.
Jackie, I bet you if I put a camera on the floor and that was an OnlyFans live OnlyFans thing, it went rich.
You make bank. You would make bank.
I'm gonna pee really quick, and then we're done. 2 hours, Jackie.
Good, fine.
Jesus Christ.
Don't threaten us. We don't need your threats. It's a bizarre.
We're professional. And they don't want to do this in a hotel? I mean, why wouldn't they want to do it?
I know. We're talking to 2 hotels. This is serious. I won't say names, of course. God. Wait, can I say the thing but not the name?
Yeah, say it.
Okay. We're talking to 2 hotels about doing this show live. Why? Seriously, like name, not like, not a Radisson, not your average, America's Inn. We're literally talking to 2 hotels about doing whatever the fuck this is.
Literally.
Post-COVID opportunities. I'm going to just say that's the thing.
Literally. No, you're absolutely right. There's 2 places. That were like,
after Curry Palo.
They're like, oh, we're trying to sell it. And I'm like, first of all, don't ever try to sell anything to Jacket. We don't care. If you don't want it right out of the gate and say, here's your time slot. Do whatever you, yes.
Yes, Edgar. Yes, like actual live distance and all that, trying to figure all that out. They want
they had the audacity to ask Jackie and I, oh, are you guys funny? And I was like, listen to me, you fucking dick. Like, I mean, I have a joke. I won't say it. It's terrible.
Says, I'll fly down. Aww.
Literally. Oh, honey, I love that you think fucking goddamn San Jose has an airport. That's adorable.
Oh my God, it does. Have you left?
I don't go north of Franklin. Thank you.
We know you don't. That's the thing. The least
Billy's stories have more characters than the Bible and more drinking. I'm in the Bible, towards the back, but I'm still there. Oh, I mean, Jackie, we have to get offline because I'm a mess.
All right, fine.
No, I'm not a mess. I look amazing, obviously.
Kale said Kale will come down from Seattle. I mean, everyone loves a shit show. I think the message of the day is that everyone loves a shit show. That's the thing.
Everyone loves a shit show. You know what it is? Because we're real, Jackie, and we get into it and we talk and we.
You wouldn't fake this. If I was going to fake something, it wouldn't be this.
Why would this be what someone fakes? Could you imagine? Why would someone choose this? Really? No, I mean, it's like no thanks.
I'm on a budget, and
time out. You pulled your hoodie up over your head in your own house. That's how much. Yeah.
I do that all the time. I feel more comfortable. I feel comforted somehow.
All right. Well, we're coming up on 2 hours.
Look at Jimmy said, because Jimmy knows how shit gets spilt. This is the thing. Somebody sent Jimmy here to get.
Jimmy, put your Venmo up. I'm sending you some money just for even showing up tonight. My freezer is right here, and I'm getting ice.
Showing up to this.
But Jackie, do you have more stuff to talk about? I don't know.
When do I not necessarily talk about? What do you want to know? I mean, you can pick a topic. I don't care. I could talk to these guys about soundtracks for the rest of the week. What do you want me to know?
Well, we're not doing that.
I know.
Hold on. I'm going to get lemons. Hold on. The refrigerator is... It's right here. I'm into it. I can't believe Jimmy James is at our show. I'm like...
I know.
Okay. That's all I'm saying. I mean, keep it classy, San Diego.
All right. Once you get your right tit out of the freezer, and we'll get back to classy.
Okay, hold on. But you know what it is? Because See, I lived in Provincetown during the 90s. I got there. I wouldn't say I was young. Dude, Jill was gross. Stop talking about Lady Bunny. Damn it, Jimmy. I don't want that. I don't want the heat coming in from New York. Not while we're so close for getting Jackie Beat and Lady Bunny on the same boat. I've already put calls out to the Middle East. Leave it alone, girl. Leave it alone.
What are we watching?
Right now?
No, Kale. I think Kale wants to know what we're watching on television, I would assume. Yeah, Kale? I don't think he's asking.
Kale, I'm back. I'm off of Downton
You're gonna be
Abbey.
disappointed.
No, you're not, because you said the same thing. You were into it. I'm not watching Downton Abbey because I cannot handle Anna getting in trouble. So I stopped midway through, I think, episode 2 or episode 1, season 4. I said, I need a minute. Shim is going to sing. Well, obviously there's a weight requirement. I will. Sorry, that's too much. I'm going to get in trouble later, but I'll deal with it at a later date. I started watching Parisian are fine. Oh, Persian. First of all, Persian or Parisian are fine. But however, wait. What was I talking about before this? Damn it.
Downton Abbey once again.
Oh, no. Kale, you know what I'm watching? The X-Files. Ooh, girl, the X-Files, because you can fox my Mulder all day long. They are so... This is going to sound sexist. Jackie, don't get mad. But do you know the woman in it? Her name is...
Gillian Anderson?
Gillian Anderson looks so much better now. I mean, she was a beautiful young woman, talented, because she sells it. She really sells it.
Yeah.
But when I'm like, oh my God, she's in Sex Education right now and looks like stunning.
Yeah.
It really just makes, I mean, I never.
Like X-Files too, I think. Yes, he says the truth is out there.
The truth is out there.
Yes.
The truth is in here. Brandon, the truth is in here. I just don't know where I put it. I don't know where it is. But Julia, when I watched the X-Files, I was like, wow. Like, because she's a fox in it. She's like totally, but I'm like, damn, she looks amazing now. Like,
have you seen her did anyone see her in The Fall? Or no, was it, The Fall, yeah? She was in The Fall.
What does that mean?
Well, it's a show. It's on a greeting card. What are you? She was, it's a show called The Fall. Yes. Yes. She does.
Yeah.
Brandon, thank you. We will. So The Fall is a show about a serial killer, and she plays a detective, but she's British. She does like a British thing in it, and it works.
Is she British in real life? Does anybody know? Is she British in real life?
Yeah, I think she's American. Yeah, I think she's American.
I don't know.
I think she's American.
Okay.
I said yeah in case your friend Moore is still watching there. But I'm pretty sure she's American. She does a good British. I don't love when American actors try to do British because it's usually trash.
Like what's his dick? Like what's his dick in Knives Out?
Oh, very tough. Very tough to watch.
I stopped watching it twice. I had to go back and say, okay.
It was hard to watch. When Sigourney Weaver was in, what was that? Sigourney Weaver was in Liam Neeson. I know, let's not go down the Liam Neeson road, but Sigourney Weaver was in that movie. It was a really great movie. And she played a British grandmother. And I was like, yo, I watch almost exclusively British TV just because I really like it. Right?
We both do. Midsummer Murders.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's something we bond over often. So, like, I know enough British actresses, and I'm like, yo, you got to hire Sigourney Weaver. What was the check on that you got to hire her to pay this grandmother? You could have hired all kinds of people, right?
Yeah.
Sure, you couldn't afford Judi Dench, but come on. And I love Sigourney Weaver. Don't get me wrong.
I love it.
Wait, WeHo Knight says.
Oh my God, you're true. Hi, first of all, I feel attacked right now, WeHo Knight. But yes, go on.
Anyway, sorry. Gillian Anderson is in The Fall. It's about serial killers. Serial killers are great. Brandon is concerning me now, but yes, serial killers are good.
Okay.
Making sure none of my geolocations are tagged. But yeah, so she's fantastic in The Fall. So I would highly recommend it. And she's hot as shit in that show.
Okay.
Gillian Anderson, what are you doing? What's happening? Okay, there's a lot in the chest
hair.
I'm
noticing there's no cleavage in this necklace. I don't want everyone to think I was wearing a tunic. I mean,
Well, there's no cleavage and a lot of chest hair here as well. So I'm happy to have.
I feel attacked. I feel attacked. I love British television shows. I find it so humorous how many American shows we keep stealing from Great Britain.
Trying to.
The Office.
Broadchurch. Did you see the British version of Broadchurch or the American? Any of you can comment on this, by the way.
No. What's Broadchurch?
Did any of you see Broadchurch, the British version? I know Zakiya did because I forced you to watch all my shows. But anyone else?
Broadchurch like Broad City? No.
No, very different. Edgar, samesies, exactly. But only on TV. I don't think in real life. I'm bi, so I can speak about these things. I don't think, well, pan technically, but I won't get into a gender conversation because nobody can handle it. But the point is, British men, I think, on the tube, but not in real life, other than Idris. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't imagine.
I don't know what Idris is. It's a bird. I don't know.
Idris.
What was the word you said? Wait, what was the word you said?
Pansexual.
What does that mean? Do I know what it is?
Yeah.
Hands up. Hands up.
So pansexual means you're not attracted to anyone regardless of their gender or sexual gender identity. So you're not. Gender doesn't play a role.
Wow.
And gender identity doesn't play a role in your attraction.
So is it an energy thing?
It is an energy thing. So you would date trans folks, non-binary folks. You're not attracted to just strictly kind of strict male physical or female physical. You're attracted to whatever you're attracted to.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, wow. Okay. I love that. But I also think, and I'm going to bring it back to aliens, that no, but I think because you know what it is? See, but Jackie, I always go to aliens because I always feel like they're us in the future who came back.
If you were open-minded and hearted, yes. Because
it's like you never hear about an alien. You never hear about an alien abduction where someone's like, I saw a white light. I couldn't move. I was brought up into space, and I was staying there. And I saw a guy wearing a New York Yankees hat. You never. They're always. They're all similar. Do you know what I mean? They're all. There's a coherency to the alien population or how they look because they've transcended.
I cannot wait for you to finish this. You're saying
no, because
all aliens wear Yankees hats.
No, I'm saying you never have a story about someone being abducted saying, we'll describe the alien. It's like, oh, well, they were wearing a Ralph Lauren polo shirt. It's like they're always just these beings that are just beings. And it's about what they could hear. There's no assigned gender or clothing gender or it's like, so it's, I think of that as in my mind, that's like an advanced pansexual. They're like, we're the energy of it.
I think Ralph Lauren is the fifth gender, so it's good that you acknowledge that that's.
Let me tell you a fun story. Okay, picture this. I'm on fucking Fire Island. It's the late 70s, and that bitch has a hibachi grill, nothing to grill but vegetables, and then tries to say she's a vegetarian.
Edgar says Billy's starting to sound like.
Wow. I feel attacked. Kale, we are, 2 hours in?
It's been 7 hours. It's a marathon program.
Well, you know what? We just throw it out there because people are stuck at home still. It's terrible.
If you want to hang out and chat. To be honest, everything else is bullshit trash. So who cares? Who gives a fresh... Do you know how many shows do you know how many shows I've produced in real life, real shit in real life in the world with right
out there
and online? I'm I was thinking of it earlier today. I need to make a meme about it, but today wasn't the day. I'm those images where you just see people just doing, just hiding. I was that's me reacting to people I've done Zoom shows with. Versus it's a one night stand. You're just we don't have to talk about it. We don't have to talk about it.
A friend of mine
said,
it
wasn't going to last, and we don't have to discuss it.
It's a lot. No, you're absolutely right. But see, I'm Blythe tells me I'm 3 months behind all of you because
for watching Downton Abbey are about a decade. But okay, good. For the purposes of this, go ahead.
The person is because I was now I'm feeling online shows. That's you're 3 months behind because when this was all happening, when this pandemic started, when this whole thing started, I flew home right now, I flew home now. I flew back east. Mom was having a breast removed.
There we go. Here it comes. Every show.
What? Mom, and I went home to be with her for that, and then fly back here for St. Patrick's Day. Flying back in for a gig on St. Patrick's Day, which never happened because it was like, oh, the world shutting down.
Yeah.
And I didn't pack the clothes for it, none of it. And I stayed there, and then Mom, of course, went through breast cancer. But I wouldn't change one goddamn thing about it. I thought the coronavirus was created to coincide with Mom's cancer. So I could be there, and we worked that whole fucking thing. I know that sounds insane because I'm stoned and drinking, but
no, I have a lot of people that felt the same way because honestly, things came up during this pandemic for a lot. Came up from the pandemic, which are absolutely horrible and relevant to the pandemic, right? And then there are other people that I know that things came up during this time. Who can say? I don't know if it would have come up or not, right? But someone's parent getting sick, all of these cancer, all of these things. And the timing worked out in such a way that because we've been where the world is, they had the opportunity to go back, take care, spend time, do all those things. And some people, their parents aren't here. Some people, fortunately and thankfully, like your mom, your other parent is here, which is amazing. But you have that time, right? And I would always say, take the time. Take the time. I don't care what the fuck is going on with your life. I don't care what opportunities you have.
You're right.
I cannot stress enough. If you have a family member in need, if you need the time, take the time because you'll never get it back. You'll get other things back. You will never, ever. Most of my family's dead. This is why I'm saying this, not being whatever. You can't buy the time, right? So having that chance with your mom, I know several people that went through what you went through where they were able to be there and be connected in a way that they wouldn't have been, or maybe wouldn't have been. Again, we can say, right? We can only say what we know.
The weird thing is you think what would have happened? What would have happened? And I wasn't.
Yeah, there's a silver lining.
Yes, silver lining. Yep. And the minute that happened, I called Blythe and said, stuff's weird in LA. He said, you're not going anywhere. You're staying right there.
Right.
Cancel all your flights. And I was like, okay. And I was confused. I thought for a week, for 2 weeks, will I be back and never thinking that we're where we are now. But when I tell you I committed, right. But I committed to that time with Mom, and I was like, cancer is the only fucking thing I care about.
Right.
And that's all we dealt with. And I mean, drugging her, fighting with her, driving her. But I thought to myself, I'll never get this time ever again. If she drops dead, I will have this time. That's. Yeah. Because you know.
Yeah. You'll never know, and you can't get that time again. You can't predict it. Well, also, none of us could have predicted whatever the fuck this even is, right? That we've had the last couple of years. So, just kind of.
Oh my God! Right. Yeah. Sidebar. Talking about this right now. You're absolutely right. Where's the fucking picture you sent me? Sorry, East Coast. Don't you dare. Where's the picture you sent me earlier and said we're talking about this tonight? Because that's another thing.
Okay, great. So
get it.
So, I didn't blur out the names, so I'm not good with that, but I'll walk you through it. So,
don't we do it? No,
I don't have to blur the thing out, but I'll say it. So, I saw a post earlier today, and we've all seen these 100 times. So I saw the post earlier, and it said, "Oh my God, prayers for my family. My heart is breaking right now."
That's the post. That's the post.
Now,
comments.
The comment was, "Hope all is well!" Exclamation point.
What part of that post? What part of that post makes you think things are well? I mean, first of all, some dickhead writes, my family's dying in a fiery blaze. That's your first thought, not 911. But second, hey, hope things are okay. See you Saturday for Frogurt. What?
Now, I will tell you that I've buried a lot of people, which you know, right? And I talk about this all the time anyway. But the point all the time, so I'm fun to have around. But the reality, never once have I been like, God, I've got to tweet about this. Hey, I'm heartbroken. Yeah, everyone. When you go through these things, now it's one thing if you need to like reach out or have someone to talk to or say, hey, I'm lonely. I get that, and people do it, and people message me. I'm happy to have that always. But I'm talking. We all know the people that are like, my heart's broken, and then for 8 hours, everyone they know is like, what's going on? Is it your dad again? Is it your sister's left foot? Right. Whatever. Like constant stream of concern. And you're like, all good. No, not all good. Say what you got to say or step the crap out. And I'm going to put that up to you in 1 second.
Okay.
And then the comment is, hope all's well. They didn't say, talk about a Monday. They said, pray for my family. I'm heartbroken. So no, all is not well, dude.
No.
It's not well. What about this? Hope all's well. Like, what are you talking about? Like, they didn't write, you're not going to do the day I had, or like, da-da-da-da, or whatever. No. They said, pray. They asked strangers to pray for their family. I won't unpack my feelings on that. We'll just say they asked strangers to pray for their family. And then said, my heart is broken. And all you could muster from the tank was, I hope all is well.
Hope all is well. Oh, ouch. Hashtag ouch. It's like, no.
But wait, Brandon says, how much time is enough time? You mean for the show? Never enough. You're still here. And that says never enough. Never. But wait, I know someone who sent a get well soon card to someone with terminal cancer.
Now, I have a funny story about that. T.O.
It's so terrible.
My mom has back east, who was diagnosed 3 years ago. All different types of cancer. And she said that like her pastor at her church had told someone who's been sending her a card every week. And the woman who has cancer was like, I feel like every week I get a card. I'm like, oh my God, they spent a fortune. They must be so pissed I'm still alive. And I thought, that's the shit. Like, you have terminal cancer in multiple organs. They're doing experimental studies on you, but you're worried about the person buying a card at the dollar store. And it's like, God, that's the magic of being a human.
That's also the person we need to not have the cancer. I don't wish anything. I'm just saying. But like, that's the person. If I could just give if I could shave a chunk of my life off, honest to God, no bullshit, and be like, I'm going to let's save you. 100%. Those are the types of humans that we need to be culling versus the trash fires that are just stomping around every day.
Weird.
Whatever these people are doing. Wasn't me that made the comment. No, Edgar, not yet. Although I'm watching you is what I'll say. I'm watching you. Kale says this needs to
Kale, it's your fault. First of all, Kale, fuck you. You're the one who did this.
This show needs a glass of water and a good hearty meal. Brendan says, no, it was spending with family. How much time is enough time? Got it. Okay.
No.
Well, Brendan, I got to be honest with you. Or Brandon, excuse me. How much time is enough time with family? Depends on the family.
But sidebar, I hear people say often on posts, if I only had 5 more minutes. And my point is, because with my whole family, all of them, and I think you work the same way, I say whatever it is, whenever I want, End of the day, when I go to sleep at night, if someone drops dead, I have said everything to them that I need to. And it's like, I really am, that's who I am. I say it every day.
Well, I think there's also like opportunity in space, right? So like, I've definitely lost people that I didn't have the opportunity to say what I wanted to say. Yeah. But to your point, I had a client a long time ago. His name was Bill Doherty, and he ran the Mystic Village Cinemas in Mystic, Connecticut. There's a 4-screen cinema in Mystic, Connecticut, in a little village where they do a lot of films and movies.
Okay.
Oh, and I will take you home to the East Coast any day you're ready. Are you kidding? Road trip. Everyone in the comments, just pack a bag. It's going to be a total shit show, but that's what I bring anyway. So Bill Doherty said to me after my dad passed, which was a very hard time. He said to me, I realized after my dad died that even though I was sad, he said, even though I was sad, I thought about if you walked up today what would I say to him? Meaning, when I have things to say, like anything, I'm sorry, I love you, da-da-da, that second grade spelling bee was bullshit, whatever it is, right? Your stuff. Would you say that, or would you just say, oh my God, and take 5 more minutes with that person? And the point of him saying that, he was like, we had no unfinished business. That's not always possible. And then we all, we have different scenarios.
Yeah.
I have some where there wasn't an opportunity to manage unfinished business. But with my father, at least, I always think of that, because I'm like, if he showed up now, he would walk in and go, well, A, you're the exact shit show I expected you to be, so good on you. And B, what are we drinking, and what are we doing tomorrow? There's nothing to unpack. So you can spend that time, or say we have to say, you should.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're spot on. And I haven't lost my parents, but I talked to Tosh about this. Wow. You know what, Brandon, damn it. I talked to Tosh, who was on earlier. I don't know if he's still here. We talked about our parents passing.
Yeah.
And he said, we talk about it all the time because we are preparing ourselves for it. We've been mourning now. Since the minute it came into our heads, we mourn so that when it comes, we can help others. And I'm like, wow, that's really amazing, because my parents, we talk about it a lot, with stuff. And, of course, all the money and the jewelry and the homes all over the place. So we talk about all that. But we're like, my mom, we talk about like, well, what do you want done? Which is why we came up with, when my mom dies, in the program for the church, we're putting her banana bread recipe. So people can make her banana bread.
I love that so much.
Isn't that fucking brilliant? And like, anyone who spent like this much time with my mom is like, oh, that's amazing. Because mom's like, oh, that's a great idea. So everyone had in her own handwriting. And I've saved all the cards they've sent for me over the years from mom and dad.
Yeah.
Well, I can remail them to myself later.
Yep.
And she's like, you're crazy. And I'm like, yeah, but that's brilliant. To get cards from the dead, that's money.
Yeah. And that's the stuff where, like, you'll never be prepared. So I think it's great, but just, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what although preparing for the management is great because it saves you a lot in that moment. But chances are you're going to feel what you feel and do what you do. And it's all going to be whatever the fuck it's going to be.
You're right.
The banana bread recipe is wonderful because, Paolo says on.
Yes, ma'am. You got it, boo.
Prepare, like, that recipe thing is great, because I think what happens is, like, when we deal with this stuff, it's like we talk about it in whispers. We don't always say their names. We don't always say, we talk about it kind of passively or whatever, not with intention to do that, but just because of what's of what's comfortable. And as opposed to, like, here's a recipe, make the bread, she would love it, great, or he would love this. When my father died, I threw a huge party at the Irish American Center on the East Coast that he always went to.
Yeah.
I hired his favorite thing. Like, and it was a party. And I got up and I said, look, everyone has to come to this party because it's what he would want. And one of my former coworkers was like, I don't know how you did it. I'm like, it's what he would have wanted. It wasn't about, in that moment, it really, and it doesn't mean you're not going to, you can be whatever, you can be a puddle on the floor. You do whatever the crap you need to do.
Yeah.
But it is about them truly. And you find it to do.
You do. Because, I mean, it's true. That kind of energy, it's like, this thing I grabbed out of the refrigerator, it's that, I'm only going to read the first 2 lines.
Read it.
Death is nothing at all. It does not count. I have only slipped away into the next room.
Oh, I love that.
I read it constantly because it's like, we don't know. Right. It's comforting. We don't know what the next realm is. We talk about it like, well, they're dead, you're dead. Nobody fucking knows.
Yeah.
When the next room, if someone goes into the other room who you love and shuts the door and you can't see them, are they gone?
Right.
It's like, it's the same principle.
Right.
And I love that. And it's like, there's so many beautiful parts about that. But how you celebrated your dad, that's my mom. My dad's like, I want a party. I want kegs. And I was like, I told him, I'm like, if you want to hire me as your eulogist, book me now because my rates are going up.
So here's the best part. My father, Brandon says level up. every chance I get, Brandon, which isn't a lot, obviously, because I'm doing the show. But my father was always like the fun one, always like the very, very similar, wildly similar creatures. And also like very hardworking and all that, blah, blah, blah. So I got that like just go thing from him. But my mother was a saint. We didn't get along my entire life. But of course, now I know she's a saint. But the point is, my dad, we go through all this stuff and you have all these relationships and all these layers to things. And then you just break it down to those. It's like, well, he would show up. There would be a party. It would be a good goddamn time.
Right.
He would make sure everybody was drinking and dancing and doing this stuff. Yeah. And so that's what you do. It's just, you find the way to do that, I think, and to make it about them. And in that you can grieve. You don't, it doesn't mean you don't have to, of course you're gonna, but you find a way to do it. Yeah.
It's part of it. That's so
cool. I love that, Brandon. I love that.
Energy got me. Oh, it's true. But I think that's the human experience. I think that's why I talk about aliens a lot, but I think that's why, because our energy as humans is so specific to us.
Yeah.
It travels through time. And there's also, stories where other people are in it. And it's like, that's interesting. That's because our energy it's part of a bigger thing.
Yeah.
What's happening at your house? I have to pee.
It's okay. Oh, no, Z walked in and I was distracted.
Make souvlaki. I'm coming over for dinner.
I love
can I pee again? Can I pee?
Yeah, pee. I'm going to tell a story about giving my father's eulogy while you pee, because
that's not appropriate. I'll hold it. I'll wait.
It's fine. Listen, I know you're listening while you pee. I know what you do.
Thank God. Okay, thank God. My body's
like, I don't know him enough to know exactly. Please. So when my father passed, everybody thought that, of course, I would give the eulogy, right? Because I'm like, I had done radio for 1,000 years. I was an MC. I did a lot of public speaking, whatever. And I wasn't always drinking whiskey. I was usually professional. But so when he passed, they were like, oh, you're going to do it. And then all of a sudden they call me and say, we asked your older brother, who may or not be watching this, but he'll laugh, to do the eulogy. And I was like, oh, okay. And he's awesome. My brother Ted, he's from Missouri. And so he gets up. And I remember like going, hey, are you ready for the eulogy? Like, do you need any help, support, whatever? Nah, I got it. I'm good. And I was like, okay, cool. And then the next time, like, hey, I just want to check in. Like, do you want to run through anything? Do you want to like read it? Like, I just want to make sure you're comfortable because it's a big deal, right? And I had already gone through like enough funerals to know it is a big deal. And he's like, nah, I'm good. I'll write something when I get home from the bar later. I was like, oh, okay, that seems like a plan. And then sure as shit, he gets up the day of the funeral. And it's in a church, and he was just like, well, Pop was a good man. He was a good man. And that was it. That was the eulogy. He just repeated. He's like, first of all, who called him Pop? I never heard that my whole life. I sure as shit didn't call him Pop. But like, suddenly it's Pop. And he was a good man. And I was like, well, I'll throw the after party. And I don't know, I forget it was on my after party. Oh, Brandon. And it was the Maury after show. And it was exactly that. But it was a hell of a party. So there you go. And Tia wants to know, do you even have?
I have a small cup that I empty every couple of minutes. First of all, I don't drink out of pint glasses. So I drink out of small glasses so I don't ever get tipsy.
Night, Edgar.
Edgar, good night. She's going to bed at 10:30?
Yeah, well, some people have to.
I'm going to get more vodka and then, listen.
Well, we're going to end this and then you'll just call me and drink.
First of all, we're ending this at 2 hours and 30 minutes. So we have another 10 minutes because I can't do I like it to be even.
That is whatever you need. I'm not going to try to unpack that damage at this hour.
No, but Jackie, I love that people identify with us because we're organic and we're in it. And we just talk.
Yeah. Oh, here's Brandon. I don't even know. Brandon, I don't even know anymore.
Well, Brandon, welcome to Las Vegas. It's like we don't have clocks out.
There's no clocks, but the drinks are free. Tune in.
I mean, Jackie, we have we can get off right
Oh
now.
wait, Andy, Brandon, you're on the East Coast. Where are you?
Yeah, Brandon, where are you? We're waiting. We're all with this.
Oh,
I can't believe we've been on the goddamn computer for 2 hours, Jackie.
People are still here.
We're professional young women. We should know better than this.
I don't give a fresh biscuity crap about anyone that wants to watch it. You just hang out. Oh, Brandon's in Philadelphia. Hey, Brandon.
Oh wow, Philadelphia. Sister.
Wait, so do you know Billy? How are you here? Can we just let's just unpack. How do you know Billy or what? Why? How did you get to this shit?
Here we go. Let's get. This is our. Let me grab the vodka. Hold on.
Kale loves it, of course. Thank you.
Really?
Kale.
Kale.
Well, Kale's a love. We've already established that. We've gone through that.
True.
We know.
Good egg.
Kale's
Good
cool to be a love.
Good.
And supportive in my time of need dealing with you already.
How dare you? I've been great all week. I made flyers.
Oh, Brandon lived in WeHo for 4 years. When did you leave WeHo? Tell us everything. I'd like to know all of the things. Tell us.
When he smartened up, he said, "Fuck this place. These bitches are terrible."
Yeah, I'm looking at that rent. Well, the WeHo rents. I mean, Philly is like.
Oh, Brandon, that's so sweet.
Bar hopping, Brandon. I see it. Yes,
Brandon,
of course.
That makes me happy because I really do. Honestly, Jackie, I know I'm mean in real life, but at the bars, I try to meet people and have them feel welcome. I really do.
Oh, wait, you want to move back? Are you waiting until the pandemic is over or just like some life stuff or what's going on?
Yeah, Brandon, come back. Don't be an asshole. Philadelphia is cute and all, but like, honestly, no, there's snow.
We have whatever you have there too.
This is straight vodka, and I have a problem. Let's be honest. We'll deal with it later, not today.
I should point out only one of us shaved their shoulders tonight, which is why I'm in a sweatshirt and he's sleeping.
I feel 1, attacked, and 2, called out.
Very seen.
I changed my outfit, which thank God I did.
Wait, look at what Paolo has to say.
How dare you, Paolo? First of all, I don't yell at the staff. I yell with the staff. And is it my fault if my cocktail gets watered down?
Oh my God.
Darling.
Edgar is the only person here as dramatic as Billy. I say my farewells in case I pass out. You know what? I appreciate it and I thank you.
He's wonderful. Edgar was in one of my plays years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, wonderful. He was wonderful.
Edgar, if you're still here, don't you think Billy and I should operate a theater space that affords opportunity for queer and minority theater programming? Don't you feel like we should be doing that with because we both write different things? I have a lot of dark side stuff that I write, obviously. But like don't you
say really?
Yeah. See, Edgar says, yeah, exactly.
See.
We need a performance space for not just for comedy, of course, but in addition, I think for queer and queer folks to have performance.
Jackie, I want that space over near behind Hugo's tea room.
You're talking the matcha that's still open, yeah? Is it the matcha?
It's been changed a whole bunch of times. I think you and I could pack that place on a daily basis.
Is that the one? No, that's not the matcha. Is it? It's like a silver kind of aluminum front and side building. It's like aluminum.
They keep changing the name. The last I heard was called the Triangle Theater.
Oh, it went from the matcha to the triangle, maybe. Okay, because it was at a couple different names. It was like a lesbian.
I don't know. I don't work for the Chamber of Commerce, but thank you. No one's angry. I'm just saying.
And Edgar says, yes, so important. We need queer theater spaces. And who better than these two rancid
I'm an actress. I must fall off this chair. I've heard this chair crack 3 times sipping on it.
That is definitely your hip. And Brandon says, the pandemic guided me to nursing. I want to have the possibility. Oh, that's lovely, Brandon.
God, that's beautiful.
Is it a specialty area of nursing, or is it just like, kind of a general whatever?
I can't imagine helping people. That sounds awful to me. It's like, no. This is dangerous to have me in the kitchen for a show because I'm so close to the ice.
For the knives, really.
And booze. It's too much.
Oh, see, Jimmy James says yes to the theater. Jimmy James, will you come perform?
Yes.
I was so serious. Like we are actually, so I will say this. Billy and I had an opportunity. Of course, Paolo's just laughing and Jimmy's supportive. Thank you. But I love you, Paolo. But like we had an opportunity recently for a theater in WeHo, right? And we were talking about, and then the space just became unavailable. Right? But when this opportunity came up, I immediately called Billy and was like, yo, like, why shouldn't we just do this? We'll figure it out. We'll do a patch. We'll sort it out.
Yeah.
But we'll be able to, because our goal, or at least the working goal of the conversation, I'm just going to tell them, was to take this space and to offer it as an actual performance space for queer BIPOC and queer productions, because it's so much money to do rental, rehearsal, blah, 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 blah. And imagine if we could just offer it to our community, managed, obviously, right? Vet the productions that we put on great productions, and then allow folks just space to rehearse their improv troops and this and that and theater productions and whatever. Offer space to people. It costs so much money. So if we could find a way to build that and take those hindrances out of it, that's what stops us, right? We're afraid of what?
It's too much.
Money, success, but we can break down all those things in another thing. But the point is, like, if we can remove some of that for people and actually create and afford a space for people to do that, I'm just super into it. So anyway, I'll get off my horse.
Yes. We were so excited about that. I was like, right? Thank you, Brandon, Jimmy. It's like, I wanted to do that so much. Like a space to do whatever, like poetry one night, like bring your own wine, have poetry. Like, let's get weird about it. That Black Box Theater experience is so, other than the Cavern Club Theater over in Echo Park near you, which I take a shuttle bus to get there. I won't drive because my car is too expensive. But it's East Side, it's gross. But I say, all right, I'll go. Mr. Dan is there. I'm like, Mr. Dan, I won't come here. I have a security detail. However, it's amazing. That energy is amazing.
It is amazing.
I mean, I performed there many times. I know Chico's Angels, but I've tried. I mean, Chico's Angels is amazing. That's that queer theater, which we're losing that energy of that because
we're losing a lot of queer spaces.
Right. Do you know why? Into masculine, that whole thing. Don't get me started. Because it's a thing. They want to pretend to be straight frat people. I don't go for that stuff. Be you, whatever it is. We're all
baby. But I understand. We all have different experiences. We all intersect differently. But
God, you're so nice. It's gross.
I know.
It's too. Go on. No one's angry.
Well, no. I'm just trying to. Otherwise, I'll just go on a killing spree. It's my only option, right? I'm actually worse.
I carry a machete in my car. I stole it from Benihana.
Now look at this. Look at what Paolo says.
WeHo used to have a TV channel. I don't know. It is, by the way. Jackie. Yeah. Wait, put that back up. I'm not done yet.
Yes, I got it.
Thanks. Yeah, we've talked. Jackie, Paolo, don't get me started. No, Kale, God damn it. My neighbor's Kale, these Sapphire. Now listen. Jackie, I can't.
These Forever 21.
Literally. Brandon. Yeah.
Brandon is so on the money. Oh, by the way, I don't want to miss the opportunity to say that Brandon said he wants to go to third world countries and work with HIV, AIDS, and epidemiology, which I think is fantastic and wonderful work. So,
wonderful. I mean, I couldn't.
Yeah, there's a lot of layers to your cake, huh?
That's amazing. Yeah, that kind of work. I see people on the television. I'm like, oh my God, because I can't leave the house. I get.
You won't come to my neighborhood. You're not going anywhere. You're not.
Honey.
No, you're not going.
No, I'm not. Yeah.
By the way, I'm in Silver Lake. So.
What? Did you say East of Vine? That's called Arizona.
Where's the guy from Arizona? Arizona?
Jackie, we have been on the air.
Okay, we're hanging up. This has been wonderful. Billy's going to threaten my life. We have to hang up the show. I get excited. We go on too long. You're all wonderful.
Last week was an hour and a half. This week is 2 hours and 30 minutes. No, because Jackie, I'm shithoused. I've had 5 of these. I don't know how many of these.
I swear to God, to you people, that we're going to hang up and one of us is going to call the other one. And
Jimmy James was here all night. That's amazing.
I'm not like shocked and like, shock and awe. They call
I am because I mean, all right, go on.
Kale, we love you. Brandon, samesies. Thank you for checking in from Philly, by the way. We're back in 2 weeks. I don't know if Billy has his calendar out, but I'll just
Jackie, you. I have my calendar right
now. Do you? It's the 23rd.
I don't even know where I am.
We'll be back Tuesday the 23rd at 8 o'clock West Coast, 11 o'clock. No, what time is it? 8 o'clock. Yeah, 11 o'clock East Coast. Is that right? Yeah. So we'll be back next Tuesday the 23rd. And we'll be doing political things together on Thursday. God bless America. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Bye, Edgar. Oh, you're still here. Bye, Edgar. Thank you. Night, everybody. We'll see you soon.